is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 6.
All right, and what the Christian church doesn't tell you, they don't even get into the mark of the beast. All right, but they're not going to tell you there's consequences. All right, because you got a lot of Hebrew Israelite groups out there that's telling you the mark is not the RFID chip. They're telling you it's everything from Christianity to an embargo
to how you believe to just stupidity,
philosophy. But there's consequences for that. And the consequences are dire. All right, the consequences are thermonuclear fire.
Hey, it's a lot. Just to make it real, I don't cut you off, but with the consequences is what the brother was talking about earlier with World War III. When World War III and America loses and is destroyed in World War III, you get to be burned up in it also. That's the consequence. Okay, so trust me, and this will be the worst death ever. This will be the event that the world will never ever forget ever again. All right? I'm thinking that.
But see, this chip is not going to come in the form of, oh, here, everyone take the chip. No, this devil has specific devices that he's going to give you this chip in. All right, through your money, which is, the main reason for it, and to track everyone. But he's going to give you the chip in numerous types of conniving, slick ways, and eventually it's going to be made mandatory. Get 2 Corinthians 2:11 about safe devices.
If I can get
5.
You got it.
No, I got it.
But this devil, he uses his technology to entice mainly our people, mainly you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. He's going to give you this chip like it's something that you need, that's something that you want, something that's innovative. This is the new technology. That's why it's such this big push for this 5G technology, to try to this race for 5G. Whoever has the 5G, that's what this chip is going to be controlled by. All right, that's the main reason that America is. People don't even know that America declared a national emergency against that Chinese company Huawei.
Yeah, kind of.
Because those Chinamans, their technology is way advanced in America's. They've been having 5G over there for maybe a year now. But that 5G technology is the key to this RFID chip. Once the 5G technology is set up here in America, that's when you're going to see people already have the chip. All right, but that's when you're going to see the chip being pushed even more. All right.
Now 5G can hold more frequency and more data to be exchanged over. Okay, which this RFID chip is going to have more data in it, and it's going to be radio frequency, like a Bluetooth that can tap into all of your personal identification requirements, your birth certificate, your blood type, your medical information, as well as your bank statements, all of that stuff, your credit history, all that's going to be involved in it.
It's going to be interlinked. Everything's going to ping and bounce off everything else.
Yep.
What I was going to say was, we always go to the etymology. When you look up Mark, of course, in the Greek, for Revelation 13:16, it being charagma, there's 2 different root words that it goes back to. It goes to charax, which is basically like a sharp instrument, like a pail or a stake that you stick into the ground. But when you look at it in modern form, it's really talking about the microchip syringe that they put into your skin to inject that chip into you. Within that the mark, or within that chip, you go back to the root word is graphos, which the word grapho means to write, like to record. So basically, that mark is gonna have all your record, all your information, man. It's gonna be written in that chip.
If I could tie one more thing into that, if you think about what these cell phones and these smartphones, whatever do, what does it do? You don't have to hold the information on the chip, because it just transmits the information that you have on it and puts it to you, but it goes where? Into the cloud. Who has access to the cloud? Anybody with access to the cloud. Okay? Esau, he can use it as big brother, the one that's watching over you and choosing what you can and can't. Don't give him access to this door. I mean, movies have had it for years. Okay, movies like Demolition Man and so on, and other movies have had this technology in it for years.
Hey, the perfect one is
shit down.
He had the fucking. They had the dude that was with him. He was like, hey, let me see your shoes. Let me see everything that he had on him. He had to basically take apart because all of it was chipped up and bugged, man.
Even in that movie Manchurian Candidate, he was chipped. Your Esau is going to be able to control your thoughts, your emotions, your every action. Like the scripture says, he thinks he is the Most High. He's going to have the ability to shut your life off if he wants to, because it has in its chip, it has a small thing of cyanide poison, like you. And that gives him the ability to end your life if he wants to. All right, so taking this chip is giving this devil all the power and authority over you. You're bowing down to him as your God, essentially.
Hey, when you look also in the blue letter in the Chaldeans lexicon for Karakba, it also says as the badge of servitude. And they say the Antichrist. Really, that's talking about this the beast system.
Right.
So basically, you serve the beast if you accept that chip.
But it is a form of Antichrist. It's anti-anointing. It's against the Most High.
This society is against
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Right.
I get that in Corinthians. It's in Corinthians.
2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Who's not ignorant? The men of the Lord, the hopeful elect, the elect that's out here pushing this word and telling you the mark of the beast is the RFID. We're not ignorant of Esau's devices. We know Esau is going to try to do any and everything to get us to entice us to take the chip. He's going to put it at your job. All right, if you got a good job and you're providing for your family, it's going to come a time when you're going to have to. Your job's going to tell you, your employer's going to say, hey, we're implementing this new system, and due to the uprisings of the people, due to the the world war that we're currently in,
Collapse of the dollar.
the collapse of the dollar, the national security. Our employees, all right, we want you to take this chip so we can identify you. They're gonna make it seem like it's something that you need, something that you can't live without. And if you don't take it, they're gonna cut you off. That good job, you're making 6 figures, providing for your family. Hey, you gotta pick and choose. It's gonna come a time when you're gonna have to choose, your life and your livelihood, what you're used to, or to continue that on, or let it go for the Heavenly Father.
Just because you may think that, okay, I'm a millionaire or I'll be a millionaire when this comes out, you won't have access to your money. You ain't gonna be able to walk around with $1 million or however many millions of dollars you got. It ain't gonna do nothing for you, because all of that's being put onto a system a digital system. Okay, it's not gonna be greenbacks no more where you hand over cash.
It's a digital system now.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
They don't. It's certain countries, it's certain cities in, I believe, Switzerland or Ireland where only 95% of it is cashless. In a lot of places, Sweden, yeah. It's like that's what I meant. Sweden, it's like. In a lot of places in China are going cashless. They show you that. First it was paper money, then it came credit cards, and then it comes credit card with the chip in it. Now it's going to be no money, no currency,
straight into you.
Yeah, and they show you that, because I can transfer money from my account to this brother's account like that.
It's taking what the cell phones and these smartphones can do. Me sending money to him or whatever, or to paying a bill, walking into Amazon Go stores or whatever, and clicking on it that way to where somebody steal your phone. Just put it right inside your body. Okay, which they say is like the safest place to make sure it's linked to you. And
a lot of store owners are going to that. Even see Nipsey Hussle store. It's a smart store where it's in the hood, so Jay come through there and rob you. And that's going to be the solution. Hey, make your customers pay with the chip. Eventually, pay with your debit card or credit card. And now, no, we cutting that out. You got to have the chip. So if you want to come get from this convenience store, whatever, Walmart, you're gonna have to have the chip. It's a lot.
That was when they had that nigga's memorial. That was the theme that they were running in that memorial. They were sending little hidden messages, basically about the mark of the beast.
That this is the first, not first, but he was one of the first persons to have the so-called smart store.
Yep.
Yeah.
Linking the mark of the beast, RFID, Illuminati plan, right to the hood, to the niggas near you, so to speak. You know?
That's why they honored this nigga so great. This Matthew 16 and verse 25. It says, "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it."
Hey, you have to lose life. You have to lose your life according to this world to have an opportunity to save it. That's the only way it works.
And by losing your life, you're not getting a chip because that's your whole life. To buy and sell, that's your whole livelihood. You know, you live in an apartment or you own a house, you got to pay your mortgage. You got to pay to have your lights on. You got to pay to put food in your family's mouth. How you gonna do that?
Book of Baruch said we're subject to payments.
Yep.
That's how life happens over here. You don't just get to be on your land or off in the mountain somewhere, ruling the rule off the land and picking berries and hunting squirrels, and that shit don't work. Okay?
They outlawed that. You can't even grow your own
can't do
food
that.
if you wanted to. Obama, your beloved President Obama did away with that, growing your own food.
Yep. As soon as martial law is brought in, all the things that these past presidents have put forth in legislation is gonna come to pass.
It says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
Yep.
I mean, that's the point. That's the point.
So you have to be, if you don't give up your life now, while society's doing what it's doing and building your faith up in it, detaching yourself from the mentality of this world, of society, you're gonna lose your life. You're gonna be killed. I'm hungry. I'm gonna run down to the nearest food bank to scan my chip, and I gotta go get this. Nah, it ain't gonna happen that way.
And losing your life on our side is losing the lust of this world, the world, the lust of the flesh, the worldly things.
Yep.
But if you take that chip, you're gonna lose your life literally.
Yep.
And you're gonna come back into the kingdom. If you're an Israelite, you're gonna come back shamed. Yeah.
Revelation chapter 3 verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Hey, now it is hard to be in this society in today's times and to lose your life, because it looks like, okay, I gotta work, I got an opportunity to make money, I got an opportunity to be this, I can be on social media and be that, but you give all that up to exalt Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. When you exalt them, then your opportunity for salvation is multiplied.
That's why Scripture says, store your treasures in heaven, where
moth and rust
do not corrupt. All right, you can't store your treasures here. You can't, build up Jake's out there. They build up a business, and are you willing to let that business go? Most of them not.
How many?
You gonna catch missiles over a business?
Yeah.
Right.
That you selling Jordans and fitted hats and shit, that's worth you getting a missile. You have to walk away from that in that day, man. If you really fear the Lord, you have to make a decision. That's what the scripture's talking about. The hour of temptation. You're gonna be faced with a choice. Either to do good or not.
And the scriptures are plain about what's good and what's not.
There's no gray areas.
No gray areas. Straightforward about what's plain and what's not.
You can't even think twice about it, man. You're gonna have your woman that's gonna be like, she gonna be giving in.
Oh yeah.
That shit get hard enough.
And then if you weak for your woman, hey, y'all both, it's through for both of you, man.
I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
And he said all the world. That goes right with when he said cause it all.
Yeah.
Everybody got to deal with this. What you gonna do? You gonna eat, or you gonna starve to death? That's how it's gonna be presented.
And everyone act like they're not gonna take the chip, and you don't know what you're gonna do when that hour of temptation comes. You don't know what position you're gonna be in. You don't know. You might even be with your family, or you may be with you don't know what the hell is gonna happen. That's why you got to be calling on the Lord. That's why you got to be storing up your treasures in heaven now. All right, this is the time. This ain't, you just can't, okay, when the mark of the beast come, when they make it mandatory, I'm not going to take it. No, the niggas like that going to be the first one to take it.
When did Jake that said, was up here, well, I'm going to wait till that comes and I'll deal with it then. you ain't gonna be ready for
It
it.
don't work like that.
They just go, you gonna put you out in the NFL, just throw you out in the field, with all them heavy hitters out there, and give you the ball, you gonna make it? No, they gonna kill you out there.
You gonna go in the ring with Deontay Wilder and you ain't trying to day in your life.
Right.
But you gonna step to him and be like, man, I got this.
I think I can. I know what to do.
I think I got one.
I watched enough YouTube videos.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Don't work that way.
Nah, man.
2 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
So when you give up your life for the Lord, guess what he does? Because he calls it all. So the presentation gonna be eat with us or starve to death, right? But what you don't know, the Lord, like you just read, has a way to deliver the just. There's always a way out, like 1 Corinthians 13th chapter, 10th chapter, 13th verse. He always make a way to escape. Okay, so what is he gonna do? He gonna make sure his servants eat. Now, that don't mean we just gonna be sitting up there gluttonous at the table just while everybody's starving. No, but there gonna be moments where we don't eat, but there's gonna be minutes or moments where we do get filled.
Yep. He's gonna give us that daily bread. He's gonna, in that day of the Lord, the day of temptation, the Lord is gonna give us just enough. All right, He may make us fast for 2 days for a certain reason to give us abundance of food after those 2 days. We don't know when that time comes, but we're preparing ourselves, now spiritually. All right, because hey, when the shit hit the fan, yeah, it's gonna be people take a chip. And it's gonna be tempting because you're gonna say, damn, I'm hungry too. It's gonna be demons messing with you in that day. That's why you gotta be grounded in this truth, grounded in this faith. And the Lord, if you want His, He's gonna deliver you.
It's Psalms chapter 37 and verse 19. It says, they shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied.
Yep. Eat.
But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume, and to smoke shall they consume away.
That's plain. In the day of the Lord, you're gonna get the enemies of Yahweh Shem Shai, the men of the Lord, are gonna be consumed in smoke, thermonuclear fire, concentrated fire from the chariot.
Psalms 34 and 19. It says, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. So He's gonna make a way for us to be preserved from the hour of temptation. Or whatever the troubles that we're gonna be facing. Hey, because it's gonna be a time period that all of Israel is gonna be under tribulation. It's called Jacob's trouble. But only the elect are gonna be the ones that's gonna be saved out of it.
We talking about the hour of temptation, right?
Yep.
Matter of fact, verse 10 said, neither murmur ye. I don't have that second guess or doubt about it, about why you're not taking. A lot of people talking that I ain't gonna take the ship. I don't care what Esau do. But when that moment come, man, we gonna see what you really made of. All right? It says, neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured. Just like in the wilderness, it was all cool when they were eating lamb roll, lamb wraps on the way out, right? With the
Passover.
Yeah, the Passover. But then they got deep into the wilderness, and they had, even though they had manna and water and quail, they still were murmuring. Okay? That same type of event is gonna happen to where you're gonna be tested to where you would prefer to be attached to the system. Then you're gonna go and get that chip and it's a wrap for you. Okay? Anyway, it says, and were destroyed of the destroyer. Now all these things happen unto them for examples, and they are written for our admonishment.
Hey, so and during that time in the wilderness, that whole entire 40-year period was a trial run for Israel.
Yep.
And the Most High used that to test, their integrity and their faith.
Yep.
Jake didn't have any. They failed the test. Yep. That's why only 2 souls made it out. Joshua and Caleb. Jake, them saved souls is back today. Jake don't have faith at all, man. Jake they're too impulsive. They only trust in their flesh, man.
What they can see.
Whatever they can see.
Tangibility.
and they lack patience, man.
Right.
That's one thing about niggas in this world. They don't have the ability to wait and persevere, man. It's just instant gratitude that everybody's seeking for. I want it right here, right now. I need my belly satisfied right here, right now. You can't wait a couple hours.
The spirit of Esau and Esau and Jacob.
Yeah.
He couldn't wait for the lentil, the meat to be cooked. He had to have it right now. That's the faith. Like this says, you are your father the devil. That's the 2/3 niggas, man. You're gonna in time of haste. You're gonna run straight to the white man. Yeah, give me the chip, man. Shit, I suffered long enough. You know,
There's gonna be a line full of niggas making excuses.
Yeah, they can make an excuse. My baby gotta eat anything.
If you can't, if you're against fasting, you can't fast at all. You taking the chip.
Oh yeah.
You just gonna take the chip.
I wasn't gonna say it earlier, but this whole practice of us fasting and all that, when you don't eat for a while, you fast. Guess what? You're not as hungry. It don't take as much to fill you up. That's enough. We don't need a lot of food. We just need enough to keep us in our faith, still persevering day to day till the elect be saved. You know, that's all we're gonna need.
Because at the end of the day, in that day, the food that we eat is going to give us the energy we need to, whether we move into another area, whether we need to get to safety. You know, like today we need to eat multiple times a day, maybe because we work a lot. So we need the energy. In that day, we ain't gonna be working. You know, the Lord gonna have us put away somewhere.
Hey, our flesh is gonna start shutting down, but our spirit, the difference is the spirit of the Lord is what's gonna have to be pushed up higher.
What you gonna say, bro?
It's a precept in, I believe, it's 2 Corinthians says it. It says, but though our outward man perish, our inward man is renewed day by day.
That's right. That's exactly right. Through the Spirit.
Kind.
Yep. I was reading that. Yeah. Kind. Yep. It says, this is where I'm at. It says, verse 11. It says, and they are written for our admonishment, upon whom the ends of the world are come. Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. There should no, and a lot of you think you're gonna stand, but you're really gonna fall in that day. But those that are admonished by the words and built up by these words of those before you doing it, you're gonna be able to stand in that day, right? It says, there have no temptation taken you, but as such is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able.
He said the Most High is not gonna put you in a position that you can't handle. Pretty much. All right, you know, the men of the Lord, the elect. All right, the Most High is gonna put us in a position for us to be tried. To be tried.
Everyone may fail, but the elect.
Yep.
In that same level of trial.
To overcome.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, you're gonna have some people whose faith is made of gold, whose faith is made of silver.
Yep.
You're gonna have people whose faith is made of wood.
Yep.
You know?
Wood burns, by the way.
Yeah. You got certain levels of faith. The Most High gave faith as a gift.
Yep.
Okay? Those that have the faith of gold, those are the ones that the Lord is gonna try and make them white and purified.
Yep.
That's right.
And once they come out of this thing, hey, that right there, that's one of my sons. He enduring to the end. Now do I set a crown upon his head for standing stiffly and boldly for my name's sake.
That's right.
All right, those are those men that's going to be rewarded, man, at the end for enduring until the end, even if they had to face death. You know, some of us is going to be tested to the point where we're going to be staring death in his face.
Yep.
You can't give in. And it's easier said than done, man. Right now, everything we can still eat. You know, we still got homes we can go to. We still, you know, we can still get comfort and all that right now. Running water. Everything is still convenient. But just wait till that moment happens, man. We all are going to be tried in that time. Every last one of us, man. Okay? And that's why the Lord is training us up now to go through. By putting us through, you know, certain afflictions. You know, when brothers fast, is really you kind of exercising your spirit to be able to become desensitized to affliction, so that when it does happen, you're gonna breeze right through it. Like, well, I went through this. I know what that feels like. I I know what it's like to go a day or two without food. You know?
Endurance means to make hard.
Exactly.
So you hardening yourself to the desires of your flesh, the wants of your flesh. The flesh will be like, man, aren't you thirsty? Don't you want to eat something? Can't, gonna play all these tricks on you. And let's not forget that demons is gonna mess with your mind, pushing you into going to succumb to your flesh. But that's why you have to be practicing now to exalt the spirit of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, so that your spirit can be connected to that, and from that eternal river of living water. So out of your belly can flow rivers of living water. He got one too. We need to go now.
Okay. It's 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 11 and 32. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world. Wherefore, my brethren, when you come together to Salakia. I'm gonna start at 31. It says, for if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world.
That's right. So when we go through chastisement from the Heavenly Father, when you catch a hell in your current state, the Lord is just making you endure now, so you'll endure then. All right. The Lord, these are like small little tests the Lord puts us through, so we can pass that big test. And that big test is that hour of temptation. When that chip is presented to you. And like I said, the devil he uses smooth words, enticing words. So you don't know the chip can come at you in any type of form. All right, everyone's not just gonna be in a concentration camp and offer the chip. Like I said, it could be a job. It could be it could be visitation to your children, something like that. It's something through the state. And we know it's gonna come to you. You Jakes out there that's on EBT and Section 8.
That whole system is gonna be involved in that.
And they showed you that through the government shutdown that was earlier this year. Our people were desperate. The nigga woman was on there begging Trump for a job back. If they said, okay, yeah, you can have your job back, just take this chip in your right hand and your head, she would have been right with it, right along with the rest of the government workers. These devils, they move in calculated steps.
Some of these people, their job is their life.
Yeah.
Like their employers own them.
Yeah.
Literally, man. That's why they just you see the one motherfucker at your job, he takes it over the top. He's very serious. He's watching you, he's being an asshole. I'm just, he does it.
Protecting the interests of the business.
Come in on
Kissing
his off day and shit.
Kissing the CEO's ass and just them motherfuckers right there, man, the beast. Them motherfuckers worship the image of the beast, man.
The beast will consume them, for sure.
Hey, and really, like, when you on the job, when you on the plantation, as long as you're on their grounds and you have a lot of these jobs, you gotta have a badge in order to even be on their premise. If you don't have that badge, then it's like you're not really one of their servants. So you need that badge in order to even get access into the premise.
Identification.
Idiots, man. There's a lot of idiots out here, man.
Hey, if y'all ain't seeing talk about you watching, if you ain't realizing that the spirit of vengeance and the spirit of judgment and the spirit of all these demons ain't amped up, you better get some protection. If you ain't noticing that, you probably right along pushing that energy on. Okay, our thing is trying to keep ourselves protected from that in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, trying to make sure we get in that tower and that we're locked in there, that we ain't gonna get pushed out at no time later. Okay, that we're in there truly safe.
Yeah, so like, I just wanted to wrap up what I was saying before that demon interrupted. But basically, those badges that you have, they're just gradually getting you ready for that chip. And that chip is already in the badge, but they want to put it in you. That's the ultimate goal. So just like how the employer has control over you on the job or on the premise, Esau, the elites will have that control over you on earth. Just like the CEO got control over you on the job, man. That's how Esau wants it.
But let me start. Who will not suffer you to be tempted above temptation, also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. You can deal with it, so that even that hour of temptation, you'll find a way. The elect will have a way to be out, to make it out of there.
The Most High will always provide you with an exit route. You know, a way to get out of whatever situation you're in. All right.
That's why the scriptures say you got to acknowledge the Most High in all your ways, man. You know, constantly be thinking, you know, calling upon the Most High in your mind, and look and ask for Him to show you, you know, in the spirit, you know, the way to go, or you know, to
guide you in the spirit.
To guide you in the spirit, man. And the Lord will He provide that, man, if you acknowledge it. You know, our people, they panic and they don't think the Most High is an afterthought, man. They don't even think about the Most High.
They panic and they're looking for a quick fix.
They look to Esau.
Yeah, their problems is like a gunshot wound and they trying to put a Band-Aid on it, pretty much.
Psalms chapter 91, verse 14 to 15. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high because he has known my name.
That's exactly what you were saying, bro.
He shall call upon me, and I will answer. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him.
That's beautiful, man. Plain, man. So you got to acknowledge the Most High, and all. That's what He's looking for, man. Are you going to call upon your father as a son?
Yeah. That's the way you escape the temptation.
Exactly, man. Call to your father, man.
And if you catching hell right now in this world, and you ain't calling on him, what makes you think you're gonna call on that name when the time of temptation comes? The Most High might even take the name from you.
He gonna hide the name.
Yeah.
He gonna hide the name from the rest of your people. Okay? If that name ain't ingrained in your spirit, by the time all of this is the shit hits the fan, to say it that way, it's a wrap. You ain't gonna have that name. Some people that know the name now, the name gonna be taken from them. Okay? Thus said Matthew, you know, 7th chapter. You got somebody. There's somebody pulling somebody down.
This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not, shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built
And
his...
it's funny, this is like the original Three Little Pigs story right here. Okay? Those that built their house upon the rock, which is that rock is Yahushua, okay, that chief cornerstone, all right, that rock of offense, shall be all right and safe in that day. Those that don't, the foolish man is gonna say.
And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not, shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell. And great was the fall of it.
Great was the fall.
And our people, they build their house on that sand, their foundation of Christianity, Kemet, of Islam. They built it on all these false gods, all these deities. Yeah. And then when that day comes, they're not going to be built. Their foundation not going to be in Yahushua. Spiritual message. But get that.
Psalm 64.
You sold up with it?
Yeah, I got some. Sirach chapter 4, verse 28. Strive for the truth until death, and the Lord shall fight for thee.
Yep. That's it. Hey, build your house on that rock, and the Lord will make sure that the tempest and storm and rain is all coming, but He'll make sure you remain steady, or that you'll make it through that, right? I guess this goes with it, right? Psalm 64, verse 2. It says, no. Come on, I got one. Hear my voice, O power Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
That's Esau. Hide me from the secret counsels of the wicked, Esau. Because Esau is got the you people down to specific categories. You got your 2/3 rap niggas here, you got your sports niggas, you know, and he's gonna figure out how can he get that chip in the rap crowd, the sports crowd,
the blue collar crowd.
the blue collar crowd, the economic, you know, the cryptocurrency through that. It's all different type of avenues, all different kind of councils that Esau puts together to try to it's going to try to try you to take that chip.
It's a little more. It said, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. And succumbing to his beast system, that's what that is. His whole beast system was part of that secret council. And you say it, the Illuminati and all those elite banking families and all that running the world, all of those people have a plan for you as cattle in their system. That's gonna help make them money. But what you don't know is you're gonna die a very painful, grievous death if you succumb to their system completely. Huh? Verse 4. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not.
The perfect is talking about the elect, all right? Because Esau's main objective, if he can get you 2/3 Israelites chip, that's nothing. All right, but if he get the elect chip, that's where his new world order will be able to last.
We're his enemy.
Yeah.
We're the opposition. So he ain't worried about you, Jake. That's already tied into the system that's going to end up taking the chip with him. When he offers it, you're going to take it. But he's worried about those that's going to revolt and not take it. Particularly us.
Elect.
Right? Some of you say you're not, but enough hard time they'll take it. But a lot of the elect, they know it's not going to take it. Okay?
A lot of you niggas that say you ain't gonna do shit, Jake is the most trendy hopping motherfuckers,
Yep.
man. Anything that becomes trendy, it becomes a hashtag on the internet. You hopping on it. It's the new wave. It's the next big thing. It's the hottest shit in the streets.
Yep.
Jake is gonna get on it.
Yep.
So let your favorite rappers come out and endorse the microchip. You niggas can get the chip, man.
Yeah,
Right.
it's easy.
Okay?
Favorite athlete, LeBron
Let
James,
Steph
whoever.
Curry,
Yeah,
let
Steph-
Drake, let all them niggas, man. They gonna promote the chip and you niggas gonna fall right in line, man. Okay? Years ago, back in the day, it was frowned upon to be a homosexual, so you had to keep it in the closet. Now niggas freely just be faggots now.
Yep.
Okay? Whatever's hot, you hopping on it, man. You know?
It's a little more. It says, they encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune and lay snares privately, right? They say, who shall see them? Most High's eyes are 10 times brighter than the sun. He sees.
And you know who else sees them? The prophets of the Lord, the men of the Lord. We see the traps and snares that you put before even our people. And we were sitting out here warning you. We're warning you, hey, the RFID chip is the mark of the beast. They're going to try to put, give you specific items, specific things, but it's actually the mark of the beast. All right, they even got, I think it was Super Bowl tickets, had chips in them. So how much sooner then they're going to have to get in the Super Bowl, you're going to have a chip in your hand. They're going to be giving away free Super Bowl tickets for people. The first 20 people to get the chip, Super Bowl 55 or whatever, you get in free. That's coming. These things are happening.
That movie, The First Purge.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
It give you $5,000.
Oh yeah, take that chip.
If you take the chip.
Yeah.
We gotta
Yeah.
monitor you.
Yeah.
And
Make sure
whatnot.
if you
So
have kills.
There's gonna be incentives just like that.
And what Jake don't need $5,000 right now? You know what I'm saying? Every Jake need $5,000.
And this is gonna be a time of economic straits, man.
Yeah.
So Jake gonna sell out easy.
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 And then you know what's crazy? After they give you that $5,000, that's when they're gonna collapse the dollar. So you got it. You know?
Or if they're smart, they'll just be like, we'll put it on your chip.
Yeah.
It will still, give you your money where it counts on this chip. Then you can be fully in the system. It says, they search out iniquities. That's why they know like the back of their hand of people. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded.
And that's those thermonuclear missiles, those ICBM missiles. That's going to be shot mainly over here in America, but all throughout the world. All right, just because what you did to the saints, what you did to the men of the Lord. What you did to the men of the Lord, what you did to Israel as a nation.
It's Psalm chapter 37, verse 14. It says, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bow shall be broken. Let me jump up. Verse 12. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him.
Isn't it funny how the wicked don't really fuck with the wicked like that? Because they only want to fuck with the righteous, or those that's on the fence. Okay? That's all they really mess with. When you dealing with somebody that's got demons on them, they ain't fuck with people that got demons on them. They fuck with people that don't have them. For those that can't tell.
They fuck with people that's trying to do right. I'm trying to, turn to the Lord and call on the name, and that's when the demons really fuck with you.
I had a couple, actually. I don't know if y'all was, I had another. This is Psalm chapter 10, and I'll start at 5. It says, his ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far about out of his sight. For all of his enemies he puffeth at them. He saith in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He setteth in the lurking places of the villages, and in secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth them into his net.
Yep.
That's true. That's Esau. That's Esau to a T after you tribes. The poor, the lowly. That's us. That's us as a nation. And Esau, all he does, day and night, 24 hours, 24/7, seeing how he can trap and kill the nation of Israel. You know, how he can keep you niggas on drugs, keep you niggas twerking, keep you niggas doing ignorant shit on World Star. Esau loves that. As long as you Jakes is doing wickedness, Esau is in his heaven, his rulership is going to continue to thrive. Once you come back to the Heavenly Father and you call on his name and call on our true power, come back to our heritage, come back to the laws, statutes, commandments, that's when Esau is shit out of luck. That's when you're going to see his kingdom begin to really deteriorate. And it's happening because Israel is waking up. Whether you believe it or not.
This kingdom is going to go out with a bang. And it's going to go out on a sudden.
Yeah.
When you look, it ain't going to be like long, drawn out, hundreds of years to this happen. It's going to go down in one major event. Yeah. That's not going to take a long time to do. 30 minutes to an hour, they say, these missiles. And it's going to be rather fast. One of the fastest transfers of power from the greatest to the least, vice versa, that you've ever seen ever in the world. Okay? That's how this is gonna happen. It's not gonna take long at all. All right? But the best part about it was we don't have to save the whole nation. 66.6% of you don't have to make it. Y'all can be destroyed. You'll come back right later. But the elect is only 33%. That's not a lot to have to get taken care of. Especially on the level that the Most High works on. You have more, right? Another one?
Yeah. Back in Psalm 10 it says, he croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. Yeah. He hath said in his heart, the Most High have forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see it.
Yeah.
Let me jump to verse.
This man loves to set up all his wicked devices and plans, and then pin it on somebody else and sit back and watch it play out. He loves to do that. So when somebody gets to blame, it's never him. But guess what? All fingers point back to you. And right when somebody, like right now, when somebody points the finger at him, and normally kill that guy. Then he'll point the finger. It wasn't me. He was pointing at the guy behind me. But that's his MO.
That's what Esau likes to change his identity.
Yep.
First I'm the Grecians, and then I'm the Romans.
Yep.
No, now I'm these people, now I'm the Jews. So it would never stick.
Yep.
It would say, well,
That's not my
It's a
identity.
vagabond.
yeah. Well, they did it. No, I'm not them.
Yeah.
You know, that's the spirit of Esau, man. He never wants to take responsibility for nothing that he does.
But want to keep getting away with what he do.
But keep doing this shit.
Yeah.
But it's been working for a little season. It's been working.
For an age.
Yeah, for an age, it's been working.
Yeah, it
It's
says,
over though.
verse 13, it says, wherefore doeth the wicked contemn the Most High? He hath said in his heart, thou wilt not require it. Thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief in spite to requite it with thy hand. The poor committeth himself unto thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. Break thou the arm of the wicked and evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. In other words, reveal all the wickedness that this devil is trying to hide within his secret counsels.
Yep.
Everything that he's trying to bring to pass, that he's trying to, all the devices that he's trying to cast against the tribes of Israel, you know, let that be exposed. You know, and not
being
only,
exposed.
and he's being exposed through the service to prophets. That's why Esau is going to eventually try to, you know, make his move against us. But we know what the scriptures say about that. The moment he tried to make his move, man. Yeah.
And
The Most High is waiting. The Most High is baiting you right now with us.
and we sincerely want you to make a move. Because once you make a move, the Most High gonna make his move, and that's when this shit gonna be popping up and kicked off.
Yeah, just like the devil's trying to build a space force to fight against the Yahweh and the angels. It's already written in this book. You going down, Esau. Quit. You know?
They're trying to. Esau's so contradictory. They're trying to build a space force, but they're trying to go to outer space at the same time. They got Jeff Bezos as you know, the Amazon guy. He's, you know, committed over so many $1 billion to try to build what's that? A movie Elysium, to build a colony out there. You know, Esau's trying. You can't run. You're not going to run from your judgment. You're going to have to pay, just like we had to pay. Just like we had to pay with our hardcore bondage and slavery. You're going to have to pay also, but you're going to pay with your blood on this side and your slave labor in the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, Elon Musk trying to blow up, trying to nuke Mars and shit.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord put a fence around the earth so you devils can't go out to other planets. Man, hell is not.
Dreaming, as soon as I step on the scene, I'm hearing she screaming, feeding for money and alcohol, but like the whole West Side player with just up. It's strong talk. Only in Cali, walking out rallies to live and die. In the anywhere, just not that.
Only a missile, bro. Only a missile.
Hey.
So look, you know what? We need to, because
How long so this endure?
I try to be mindful about it, but not to just put so much emphasis on the missiles, because that's one of the ways that the Most High is gonna judge this place. But we can't tune out the laser fire from the chariots, man. Right?
Right.
Them angels is gonna get down on this place, man. Them lasers, we can't tune that. Every time we talk about destruction, we can't leave the chariots out, man. The destruction that the angels are gonna be bringing.
And we brought up Brightburn last night, how we shoot lasers from his eyes. It's gonna be like that, but from a vehicle though. You know, how much energy is that gonna come from? You saw what the lasers did in Independence Day, and that's a Hollywood feature movie. World of the Wars.
War of the Wars was the best depiction. Because it was showing people getting zapped to dust, to powder, like the scriptures say.
You have more?
Yes, I'm
Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10, and I'm going to read down. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth.
Hey, so don't go down to Egypt for help, man. Don't go ask this government, the society, your white neighbor, whoever. Don't ask nobody for help, man. Call upon Yahweh Ba'ashim Al-Shah if you're an Israelite that believes.
That's all Jake know, man. Jake know how to go down and stand in the line and get EBT and get Section 8. So when the time of affliction comes, when the time of tribulation, where Jake gonna go? They're gonna line up right there down whatever county building they can. And because that's all they know. They know to go to their enemy. They don't even know who the damn enemy is. You know, your enemy is the so-called white man Esau and these other heathen nations.
Yep.
That's who your enemy is. You, the Israelites, your so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans.
And
Don't
you
trust.
confuse
Don't
your
yeah,
faith.
and you confuse your faith. Don't trust your enemy. Like the scriptures say. Oh, you about to read it, man. This how.
So is his wickedness,
Yeah.
though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wipe a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust
Hey,
has not.
I'm gonna say what you just said. For all you be like, but there's good white people out there. Yeah, there are. They're really jakes.
Yeah.
You know?
If they vibe with your spirit, they want it like you say.
But if you find yourself with Edomites and you just super chummy with Edomites and don't see the truth of what's in them, man, you a wicked ass dude.
You might be eating like your damn,
you're
like your
right.
tear, man. You know.
Thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away.
He gonna show who he truly is. He is a facade he plays, and he can only do it for temporarily. He'll be cool and nice and humble and all that. Then all of a sudden he gonna turn. But it wasn't all of a sudden. And that's who he really is. Okay? That's the part that a lot of people don't understand. When somebody's out there cool and nice, and that's how you learn to deal with these Edomites around here, man. That's how you deal with them. You deal with them, right? That's how you deal with them. You deal with them with a long handled spoon, man. You got to. Because in society you got to deal with them, but you got to learn that you don't put your full trust and all your faith in the man like that. You put your faith in the Yahweh Shimei Shah.
You gotta remember, man, a snake, they could
Right.
just lure, they could charm you
Read
and
that
lure
verse, by the way.
you close by them just to get you where they want you to be.
Yeah.
So when you get in that position, they clapping your ass, man. They gonna bite down and pierce you, man. Hey, going back to the mark of the beast. Esau got cold methods on how he gonna reel you niggas into this chip, man. He got cold ways, man, and he does everything gradually. Everything is in a slow, it's like a slow process that he make you a part of, so that he can slowly but surely lure you into it, man. That's what snakes do, man. They get up on you real slow, you know, just to get you close in position, man. That's why you don't get close. You don't get close by him, man. You get the fuck away from him. You gotta watch him. And if he does any good, it's to get you to get close to him. Okay?
Verse 12, set him not by thee, lest when he has overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent?
And what does it mean to be pricked? What does that mean? What does it mean to be pricked? To be stuck.
Like if there's a thorn in your side, that's kind of where the analogy comes in. Let it be a thorn in your side. Let it be something that's constantly irritating that you can't let take your mind off of. It's always gonna bother you. It's always gonna be on your mind. Okay, let these words always be on the tip of your tongue and on the edge of your mind, so you never forget that this dude is gonna turn on you. The first moment he gets, the moment you put your guard down, he already got you. Read that.
That's why it says in Ephesians the 6th chapter that you may quench the fiery darts of the wicked, man.
Right. Right.
You know, to withstand the wiles of the devil. The wiles are what? When you look up the Greek word is methodia, which means trickery, methods. Esau comes with all type of ways to basically trap you, man.
Devices, right?
Devices. He uses devices, man.
And that's what the brother just read goes right with what you said in Ephesians the 6th chapter. That's one of the pieces of body armor that hold it together. Okay, and if you can, when talking about the looking glass, you know him like you know yourself, right? And if you can protect yourself against Esau, you can protect yourself against anybody. Because he's the most extreme, worst man on the planet.
He's such a charm, though.
Yeah.
He's such a charm. That's why you niggas are degenerates, man. You know?
Read that snake charmer.
If somebody can get I know it's in Isaiah where it talks about the bite of a serpent. It might be in Isaiah if I'm not mistaken. I'll look it up.
Sirach 12:12.
Yep.
Set him not by thee, lest when thou hast overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand.
The worst thing is for somebody to take you out and to assume to be you. That's what this man does. He assumes everything about you as well. Okay? But he'll sit there and learn, hey, we see it all the time in these hood spots. Esau or even the other heathen, they'll learn to cook your food and the way you like it, seasoned and everything, and then what will he do? He'll take you up out of here after you learn the secrets and then replace himself with you. Hey, look at this.
The same Jake to come back to cook for him.
Yeah.
Because you go to all these restaurants, Chinese restaurants, Italian restaurants, so it's Jake back there cooking.
Yeah.
It ain't no one of their nation or their race back there preparing the food like it's an authentic dish. It's Jake back there cooking.
I wouldn't trust him if he was.
Yeah, I would.
You know? Go ahead,
When he had overthrown thee, he shall stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith.
And especially at these last days, man, because when shit hits the fan, he ain't in his comfort zone. He's already turned into dog eat dog, but he's got the deception on him as well. So he's still playing like everything's all smooth, everything's all good. But what's really in his heart? What war is in his heart? Smoother than oil and butter, but we're about to bring that out. But war is still in his heart.
That's the spirit of Esau. That's why Jake's not even supposed to be around these damn Edomites, man. Because at the end of the day, they're trying to see how they can essentially work you, manipulate you. You know, that's the spirit of Esau, though, man.
People got a solid mind and y'all just fucking it up.
Yeah, that's right. That's what we're here to do. Waking them up.
Hey, who messed up the minds first?
Upside down.
Like I said, man, Esau, you're not supposed to even have Esau, like the scripture said, now at your right hand. Your right hand is supposed to be your person you put your most confidence in. You know, like Yahweh Shai is on the right hand of the Heavenly Father. All right, you ain't supposed to put no damn wicked ass devil on your right side. Let alone be around you. Because he's gonna, at the end of the day, I don't care how you spin it, he is gonna, when the shit hit the fan, he gonna turn on you. He gonna be looking out for his and his only. He gonna be looking out for the best interests of him and his family. I don't give a shit how long y'all been friends in college, y'all grew up together, and if the spirit might be a Jake, you may be a Jake, but if it's Edomite, you gonna know at the last end.
Yeah.
Verse 13, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent?
Found that verse?
Or any such as come nigh wild beasts?
Yeah, if you get out the vehicle in the African safari wilderness, ain't nobody gonna pity you if the hyenas or the lions or whoever eat you to pieces, man, rip you to shreds. Same thing with this devil. If you up there playing with cobras and you get bit, you deserve that shit, man.
Swimming in the ocean, you don't have to get ate by a shark.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody
What
gonna
you doing out there that far, man? You know?
Verse 14, so one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity?
Yeah, so when you hanging around these people that do all these offenses against the Heavenly Father, before long you'll realize that you up there offending the Heavenly Father as well. Okay?
I mean, going back to the beginning, the serpent, he charmed Eve, and he bit her ass, and he injected that venom into her, that poison, which was the wicked philosophies in her mind. And next thing you know, the sons of God becomes corrupted. That poison, man, from the serpent. Beguiling Eve. You know? That's that same serpent, man. That's that same fucking devil, man. You know?
Verse 15, for a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
You don't want everything. You don't want your blood, your identity, and nothing's gonna satisfy you. Your riches, all your spoil, and all your valuables. You don't want it all. Okay? That's why he's next to you. That's why he's that close to you. So he can get that from you.
Hey, example. Prior to integration,
Yeah.
Jake we was doing better than some of them crackers, man.
Kind.
Yeah.
Over there in the Midwest,
Yeah.
Jake was killing it. Jake had their own families, their own homes, their own vehicles. They was
Banks.
at the
Ways to make money.
ways to make money. You know, they had the little dog and family dog. Jake had it all, man. And Jake had their family. They had their woman. Integration came, the civil rights, all that shit. Look what happened to you niggas. You got too close to the serpent, man. You took on that venom. Now you niggas are bugged the hell out. You're a bunch of homosexuals. Your women are feminists. Okay? You broken homes, dysfunctional families. Okay? Own drugs. Okay? Ever since you integrated with the serpent, man.
That's right.
The same thing happened after the Civil War. Jake started the bubble. Jake started to, open their own businesses, run for, positions, have office. And what do? They trust the devil. Some of the so-called leaders, and then I think it was the Republicans gave your ass back over to the Democrats. They took the military out of the South to protect you, and it was worse than slavery after that. That's what you get for trusting the damn devil. He's never gonna do right. Not by his word or his actions.
You let Lucifer Coon come in there and just
He led you
marry
right
you
to
to the
he led you right to the snake, man.
Yep. Yeah, it won't even hurt.
Led you right to the snake pit.
You know?
Yeah, man.
Verse 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first.
Hold that, bro. So, Ecclesiastes 6.
Yeah. Ecclesiastes 6 and 8. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not.
Esau, at your right hand, your ace boom cool, or whatever, in that moment.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna benefit him. But as soon as he find occasion, he gonna turn on you.
For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
But he won't help you dig yourself out of it when you find yourself in trouble. Because when trouble finds you, he will be there first, but not to help you.
Hey, Khan, just like when these natural disasters hit the places where Jake at, like for example, Katrina, what else, in Haiti, yeah, you had to,
shoot Bonnie,
tissue.
pick her up or at you.
Khan, bro.
She gave you toilet paper, man, because he's full of shit.
And there is a friend.
And they also had secret mercenaries in Puerto Rico killing people.
Khan.
Same thing in Katrina.
And same thing with Katrina, man.
Same thing in Houston.
Same thing in Haiti.
Remember that bum said, I ain't going over there, they killing people.
Yeah.
At the shelter.
And it was like, oh shit, that was live.
Right. and then all that money that they raised to donate, they donated to what agencies?
Clinton Foundation.
Red Cross,
Khan.
Which is them, Red Shield.
Red Shield.
Khan.
You know what I'm saying?
Rothschild.
All that money is going right back to these devils. These devils fuck you up and then they pocket the money.
And they said they haven't received no money from I believe it was Haiti.
Yeah.
They didn't receive nothing. They still waiting on their money.
Yeah, Bush got on there and said, I know you guys are sending your canned goods and your clothes
Just
and
send
your medicine. Just send your money.
Yeah.
With a grin on his
Yeah, he
face.
said
man.
that shit.
Fucking devil. Yeah, well, what they gonna do with that? They gonna pocket it.
Khan.
You see Haiti right now, it's still fucking.
Khan, bro.
And it's been 10 years?
13 years almost.
Oh, 13.
I think so.
2010.
Oh, 2010. Okay,
Yeah, almost 10 years.
Quick one. Real quick. And then right back. So Rock 14 and 7. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. And at the last, he will declare his wickedness. Yeah, so Rock 14 and 7. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly.
He don't want to do it. He do it to
It's
keep
all for show.
position.
Yeah.
Show.
It's like when you
To lull you to sleep.
It's like when you a kid and your mom say sorry. You don't really want to say sorry. You know, it's like that. You don't. At the end of the day,
Say it and mean it.
Esau don't. Esau's not sincere.
Right.
If Esau does a favor for you,
Yeah.
really you don't know that you're allowing him to become a ruler over you.
Yeah.
Like
Like a net system.
Yeah, like whatever I do for you, just know, you know, I'm gonna do this for show and make the world think that I'm a hero. And I'm such a humanitarian. I care about people, but really, when I do it, it's to put you in debt to me
With usually.
with interest.
Yeah.
With interest, man. You know?
When he says in Hebrews the 12th chapter, he said like I said about he wouldn't repent, though he saw it carefully with tears. He looks repentant and everything, but he ain't really turned away from his wicked way. This man is only looking for a way to trap you. Hey, we say in modern day terms, his slogan is never let a good crisis go to waste.
Hey, why was the Bush families all right with Saddam Hussein,
Right.
but then 2003 comes, yeah, he got weapons of mass destruction. We got to take him out. That and then, he didn't have weapons of mass destruction, you know, but
Just in case.
You know.
We never got a real answer.
It never was no
We never
weapon.
got a real
it
answer.
wasn't weapons of mass destruction.
Right.
They were sitting on those poppy. Was it the poppy fields?
Kind of.
If I'm not mistaken, it
Yeah.
was natural resources that they were sitting on over there in Iraq. So they needed an
No,
excuse
it
to
was
go.
oil in Iraq.
Was it oil, right?
It was poppy in
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan. And what's
Opium,
in Pakistan? Opium.
Opium was in Afghanistan, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Pakistan.
So it was, I believe it was the oil that they was looking for in Iraq. Okay? The same shit that he pulled over there in Libya,
Yep.
okay? Because they also produce oil over there. And also Gaddafi, he had enough gold to start his own currency that would be backed by gold, man. So that was a threat to the petrodollar. So that was another reason why they took down Libya. But these different leaders, America at one point in time, certain presidents acted like they were cool with those men way before they decided to go into those lands and take them out and kill them. But before they do that, they'll try to demonize them in the media, say how much of a evil, tyrannical, you know,
They don't have
dictator. Yeah, man.
They did that with World War II, with the propaganda.
Yeah.
With the, they said I think they said the Germans were killing kids and chopping their heads off, and something crazy just to receive sympathy to give them a reason to go over there.
Yeah. That's what Esau do, man. And then the citizens think that Esau is doing them a favor, like he's coming to save them from their so-called oppressive dictator. No, man, Esau is pushing propaganda. He's using witchcraft to demonize your leader so he can overthrow him, so he can take over your land and change your policies, man. So he can give you his democracy, man. That's how the devil works. That's how the devil works, man. He makes you drink his wine, but he also put his sword to you to make sure you chug that shit down.
Always
Swallow every drip of it. You know?
Look what he did to so-called Native Americans, man. And how many treaties, he so-called agreed with the Gadites, man.
Yep.
Look how many treaties he broke.
Yep.
And where the Gadites at? Where the Native American Indians at? They on shitty-ass reserves, no running water. They got gas so fucking going. It's like they goddamn drink alcohol, like what's that? Rubbing alcohol. You know, they drink, they inhale fucking spray paint cans. They all fucked up. Because Esau, man. So-called white man.
Yep.
You know?
He never wants them to come. He never wants God to come back in power, man. Like come back to themselves.
You don't want Gad to sober up.
Yeah, don't let God sober up. That's your ass.
I mean, but see, Gad had to pay that price.
Yeah.
They thought that there was some type of good in the devil. And that's exactly what they got, man. They got bitten by the serpent. Here we go. Let me read this again. It's Sirach 14:7. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. Going back to that scripture where it says, "For as iron rusteth, so of his wickedness." You know, that looking glass, but when you wipe it off, you'll see that rust is still there, man. You're still gonna see that. Hey, use that Jeremiah 13th chapter. Could an Ethiopian change his skin? Could a leopard change his spots? So they that are accustomed to do evil to do good, man.
Wicked, the Edomites, their natural mentality is wickedness. That's who they are. That's part of who they truly are. You got something to go down?
King David belonged to a tribe.
Yes, he did.
What tribe did he belong to?
Tribe of Judah.
Judah?
Yep.
Well then somehow, and I don't know how, all three of my names are Hebrew in origin. So, but they traveled to the mountains.
So are the Khazars.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. But my name is Dwight David, son of Andrew. They're all Hebrew in origin, so.
Hebrew is the pure language, man. Everything goes back to Hebrew.
Yeah. It all goes back to Africa, but they don't tell you the truth. We all came 2 million years ago. Even scientists will tell you we all migrated out of Africa.
Yeah, that's good. Just that wine, man.
You know,
That's history. And he has the power to put that shit in the textbook, and then Jacob just read it and be like, "Well, see, it says it in the book." That's how easy they get our people, man.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
right. Yep.
It ain't Africa.
Right. Motherland is not out.
And Fertile Crescent, that's where the Garden of Eden was. That's where life began. All right, where Israel is at right now.
Right.
So these devils, man, they shoot that wine out to the people, man. These people believe it.
And we read that about even bitter words. That's it. And anything that's not of truth is a bitter word, man. Is something that can kill you. Because if that philosophy that they give it to you sprouts, now you're gonna grow with that lie, thinking it's truth, and base things as foundation upon that. But that will never stand. It's gonna crumble at the end of the day.
You pass that lie on, you pass that wicked philosophy on to other people, and it continues to grow. That's how Esau
It
did.
becomes a generational lie.
It becomes a
just
generational lie.
perpetuates.
People are serious with that philosophy.
Did you get us the picture of the sign? Because the biggest lie was not telling you who you were, and then dividing you, and then calling you by his own names of the lands that he's conquered that you were in. Okay, so now you believe in everything he say, even though he's been your enemy by action the whole time. Okay, that's why we read "Never trust thy enemy."
The biggest lie is right there.
That's the biggest bold-faced lie ever, right there. Okay,
When you let your enemy educate you, this is what you get in return, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Pseudoscience,
pseudo religion. All right. False philosophy. That's what he'll do, man. If you let the enemy educate you, you end up like these niggas in the Christian church, man. Bug the hell out.
And then you got these Edomites. They got all these degrees from Harvard and Yale, and you take that's something to you. That's like something they stand on, and that's what makes you take heed to what they're saying. Because they got a degree, or because they got a master's or a doctorate, that don't mean shit. Because the stuff that they're saying ain't backed up by truth. It's just based on perpetual lies, generational lies.
What's society say? Go to college, get a good job.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to college, you in debt. Looking
At least 100 racks.
At least 50 to 100 racks. Then you get graduate college and you can't find no jobs. That's the poison that Esau, injects to the people.
Yeah.
Keep
you a perpetual slave.
Yeah. Now the majority of these graduates, they can't find no job, man. So they have to work a fucking McDonald's job or a Walmart job you know,
can't pay
3 or
off
4
debt with
jobs
that.
just to even survive, and they can't even pay off on these student loans.
These women that can't pay their shit off, they just go to Pornhub applications. You know, they get on, they do porn. They go out there and prostitute themselves.
Yeah.
You know, go to
They
strip club.
They go do all of that while working a 9 to 5.
Right.
You know, just to try to pay off.
She's at the bar this night, Thursday night. She's bartending, and then the next night she's on the pole, and then the other night, you know, she's on camera. You know,
all while on Snapchat,
all while
Instagram.
on Instagram. Posting like she got with Louis bags.
Yeah. Selling box on Instagram too.
Yeah, currency.
Hey man, that college shit, man, that's the biggest scam out, man.
Jake just went over there and fuck with the police. Jake just went and fuck with the police. What do you do? Jake gone, man. No.
But hey, but it shows you our people are destroyed, man.
Yeah.
Their parents ain't even watching them.
Yeah, kind
And
of.
they,
Let 'em
they
run
really
in the
don't have no home training. It's different if you train your children so they can go out there and be within reason. Wow, man. Yeah, I was going we kind of touched on about what he does to the fatherless.
I got a quick
You know, you can outgrow what you
script real
got.
quick. In Psalm 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent.
Was that the one you was talking about?
Well, this isn't the one,
Okay,
but
okay.
this
There you go.
it says they are like the deaf adder.
It's like that's hey, when you Edomites come out the womb, you automatically have a wicked spirit on you.
Right.
And in you, and you're prone to be liars and murderers.
Yeah.
It says they are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely.
You can't charm them. You can't charm them. Even if, no matter what you do, sing and dance and chant them and all that, they never forget their agenda and mission against you. They always refer back to that. It's you, wicked ass Jakes, that sleep and shit, that don't get it.
Look at Solomon North. That's prime
I
example.
hated that movie, man. I hate that. I've seen it one time. I hate that movie.
And who trapped him? Esau.
Esau trapped him. But the prime example is just that, right? He's the greatest
Talking about
example.
12 years of slaves.
Kind.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that this dude was only out for himself. But that's because that's what the devil will separate you and give you. No, don't do it. And we can take this whole thing down. No. You know, but then when he got out, it was about him getting out, not about the whole people getting out. When he got free, the movie was over. No, the nightmare still continues. You didn't even get the one black chick out. She was wrongfully beaten up, you know, but whatever we'll call it that. But this is what that devil will do. He will feed you philosophy, and the moment you don't want to accept the philosophy, he's gonna kill you. That's no different than when we started this lesson about the mark of the beast and the image, taking that servitude.
Hey, notice he's going after all countries who's
Yep.
not with the democracy, man.
That's right.
Anybody that's
democracy
not
is
with
with him
that
at the top.
feminist shit, that faggot shit,
Yep.
Esau is targeting them, man. Especially if they got natural resources.
Hey, what was it that Hillary Clinton said? She named all these same countries. She had a list of countries that they're going after.
Remember them countries that the Muslim ban that Trump tried to
Yep.
impose
Yep.
a few years back?
Yep.
Those are all Islamic countries, man.
Yep.
The only Islamic countries that he has no problem with are the Islamic countries that he has control
Yeah,
of.
but he already conquered.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia is one of them. You know?
You have more?
I got. Well, let me get to the point because I read in Psalms how there's poison as the poison of a serpent, right?
Right.
This is Isaiah chapter 27. Isaiah 27 and 1. It says, "In that day the Lord with his sword and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan, that piercing serpent."
Yeah, Leviathan right here is talking about Esau, man.
Yeah.
Esau is that piercing serpent. He's
Yep.
cunning with his lies, man, and deceit. You know.
Yep. It says, "Even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon
Esau's
that is in the
crooked,
sea."
man.
Kind.
He's very
Esau
crooked.
as hell.
hella crooked.
You know, ain't nothing righteous about this man. You know, he always got some ulterior motive. He just can't help a person outright, you know, out of the goodness of his heart.
Exactly.
He always got
Con.
he ain't got no goodness. he don't have a conscience, man. All right?
I got a free one.
I'll read that again. It says, in that day, the Lord with his sword and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent.
Hey, the Lord's sword is Yahweh Shah. When he comes back, man, with his angels, man, that's gonna be the punishment.
Con.
That's when Esau is gonna get his payback, man. You know?
The dragon.
Yep.
It says, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. Let me go to
Maybe shit that you think, hey, for some of y'all that think, yeah, when the zombie apocalypse happened, and I'm walking down on the boat on the ocean, Leviathan's waiting for you out there. There's no escape from the righteousness and indignation of
Kind.
God watching y'all shot.
That's right.
it's Revelation 20 and 1. It says, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key to the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. And it says, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should not deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years shall be fulfilled, and after that he shall be loosed a little season. We always go into that period of 1,000 years where he basically was in exile. You know, the Romans, they was brought down, and a lot of the Edomites fled into the Caucasus Mountains. You know, so they were basically shut up for a minute. But then the Most High brought 1,000 years later that bubonic and pneumonic plague, the Black Death, that took out 2/3 of the Moors, the Jakes that were ruling, so that Esau could come back into power. So during that time period, which was the Renaissance, this is Revelation 20 and verse 7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth.
Everywhere.
He went out and spewed that poison all over, man.
In the form of Christianity,
you know,
democracy.
He's a real Jew.
Yep.
Democracy.
Your fucking
Renaissance art, iconoclasm.
your banks, your financial institutions.
Creating world wars. This man is behind all of it. Hey, when that was that a Jake that did that? Went to the court and said that the only solution I see is to kill all the white people.
Exterminate,
Oh yeah.
I think that was a professor.
Was a professor?
It was a Jake professor. It was in that African shit.
But he was right.
Yeah, he said, I see no other alternative or any other way but to exterminate white people.
All of it.
I
He did all the mathematical equations. He said, I see no other way.
Yeah, he looked at and he was smart enough to know. He was in position to know.
Because they're gonna destroy everything.
You brothers holding, y'all all holding right now. Let's see what happens.
I got Michael.
You read right now, brother?
Yeah. I'm trying to find the scripture when it says the lake of fire that's prepared for the devil and his angels. Is it in the same chapter?
I think it's in 20 at the end, towards the end. Yeah, 15. You already book of life.
Well, I'll just keep reading down. Verse 8, it says, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea, which is why the Most High is raising up them Russians to come against you, man. Because when that war takes place, it's going to turn nuclear, and y'all going to basically, that's going to be your downfall, man. It says, and they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the. Yeah, we good, man. It says, And they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about and the beloved city. And fire came down from the Most High out of heaven and devoured them. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophets are, and and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever.
That's
So that judgment is prepared for you devils, man.
That was the judgment leading up to that, the beast and the false prophet from Revelation the 13th chapter. That's going to have that mark, which is the mark of the beast. Okay.
And the false prophet is the Catholic Church, which that's the religious influence that you have over the whole world.
Correct. Whether it's Islam, Hinduism, all of those stem out of that same church. Okay, that same philosophy. All right.
Yeah, all you niggas in Islam, you're just black Catholics, man.
Yeah.
So you're following the false prophet too. You call the so-called white man the devil, but yet you following Islam. You say in Islam, we say the white man is the devil, but Esau controls the religious institution that started Islam. So why don't you just denounce Islam?
But they ain't got nowhere else to go. Because without a prison head nigga to tell you where to go, you got no influence and you can't decide where to go. And in this lane, this straight gate is too straight and too bitter for you. Okay, it sounds sweet, but it's way too bitter for you. You know it.
Because Islam, it still aligns with the ways of this world. Some of the customs go back to the Eastern way of living, but a lot of it still aligns with Esau's philosophies.
Islam came from Catholicism.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all it came from.
Because it's
an attempt to get the land.
It's universal. It's a universal religion, man. The Most High ain't dealing with universal religions, man. Okay? The Most High is not of this world. Islam is of the world. Christianity is of the world. The Bible is not of the world, man.
Right.
Okay? That's why this world is really against the Bible, man. Even those that claim to believe it and try to use it, they don't even believe the Bible. We prove that all time in and time out. With Christians, you bring out the scriptures that they never heard of. Who wrote that? That's the Old Testament.
Yep.
That's under the Old Covenant,
That's the Lord said I come in the volume of the book. It's written of me.
Yeah, in both, in the New Testament and the Old Testament.
Hebrews 10 and
7
Psalms 40
and 7. Kind.
Come, man. All the New Testament writings is really
it's putting in the use of the believers.
It's all going back off of the Old Testament.
Yeah. What do you think the scribes and Pharisees were arguing about? Stuff in the law, stuff in the Old Testament, the prophecies.
And they always refer back to what was written in the Old Testament. Because the point of the book, and I'm going to say the Spirit gave it to me to understand it in this way. The first few books are written of the law. There are laws in the first few books of Moses, right? After that, it's pretty much how the people live with those laws. And then it's the prophecies, okay? After that, and then coming to the New Testament, there's a little history with the Apocrypha and whatever else, and some prophecy in there. But then in the New Testament, what's in there? It's them referring back to the old laws and the old ways that people lived in the Old Testament to know what to do in the time present.
Yahweh Shai living those laws. Fulfilling those laws. Yes, a lot.
And when I say fulfill, a lot of you say, okay, so when it's full, you're done with it, right? No, just saying that it can be done. It's not over. You got to keep doing it. But the New Testament, here's the other thing. The Old Testament is written for the whole nation. The New Testament is written for the believers, for the elect. Okay? That's the difference. It's not the rest of you are just going to read it and not get the point. All right?
Because up to that time when the New Testament was written, we went from the Babylonians, Jacob scattered, went to the Persians and the Medes. Jake was scattered amongst them and the Babylonians. And then the Grecians, Jake was scattered even more. So up to that time, Jake was scattered through all 18 nations. So therefore, that's why the Spirit was on, the Most High put the Spirit on Apostle Paul through Yahushua to preach to the Gentiles. The Romans. So Jake was scattered, like they're scattered now. But if Jake never would have been scattered, it wouldn't have been mingled. But that goes back to the curses.
But like we were talking about the serpent, it's all his doing. He did all this. He scattered everybody around. The Most High wanted that, but he fulfilled that, and the blood is still on his hands. Okay. Who's about to read something?
I have Ecclesiastes.
Read it.
Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
And when that serpent is right next to you, that's how he got there. He devised how to get there, and once he got there, he's waiting for his moment that he devised to overthrow you. Okay? What did it say again?
Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
He has dreams about overthrowing you and being you to get the blessing back. Okay, go ahead, bro.
When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Yeah, how you gonna say you're not this people, even though you live there and you got all the customs, you fit all the prophecies, and everything leads back to you until I show up. Now that I show up, I'm gonna kill you, and then I'm gonna assume your identity. He is the greatest identity thief ever. But he's a fugitive, so he's on the run for it, because now he's being found out. All these nations are starting to realize this man is a fugitive. He did this, he did that. This is his claims. This is the things that he's done. And now he's being found out.
Once this man tried to go in Iran, that's the last. That's it.
That's it.
That's the last straw, man. The Most High is gonna send the son of that.
Yeah.
All right, Iran, man. Iran is a major prophecy, man.
Right.
Along with the mark of the beast.
Right.
And they talking about Iran now, man. Iran is a big news headline in the news.
And that's gonna kick everything off.
Current events.
Because once they invade Iran, the other parties got to get involved. Russia got to get involved. China. All right, and eventually all those nations gonna be brought to that Valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahushua. Who has something? I got something.
Go what you got first.
All right, this is Ecclesiastes 1:15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanted cannot be numbered. So this devil Esau, he's crooked. He can't be made straight. You alluded to the scripture you read that he can't do right. He can't do righteousness. He's gonna show his wickedness at the last end. All right, so it ain't no therapy. It's nothing that you can give Esau to make him straight, to make him do righteousness, to make him do right.
When I came across the understanding of what was up with Esau, right? The spirit within him is not upright in him, right? When I got the full understanding of that, the understanding is he's programmed and created to be the wicked. So he's doing the right thing by being the wicked.
Yep.
He's going off doing the wrong thing when he's trying to be righteous. It's against his spirit, and vice versa for you. Okay, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, confusion of faces Israelites. Okay, you're the ones that are supposed to be doing righteous, and you're going off when you do wickedness. He's that opposite, man. Okay, so you can't force this man to be good. That's why extermination is the only way out of this. And after his slavery of 1,000 years, he's gonna be exterminated. Thus said the Bible.
It's like an Edomite got a food bank, or not food bank, like a soup kitchen. Yep. And you think they doing right? They ain't telling you that the shit they giving you is spoiled and GMO it got mold on it. Yep. That's him doing wickedness. That's the only way he knows how to live.
Food coloring.
It's
food coloring in the beef.
Yeah.
You think beef's supposed to look all red and bright red and shit? No, man. That's food coloring.
Yes,
Yeah, I got some. Sirach 33 and 13. As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him to render to him as like of him best.
Hey, he rendered him as the villain, man. He rendered Esau as the villain. What you gonna do? Yeah, I was going to get it. Yeah, he made him the villain. He made 2/3 of you weak ass niggas that need to be destroyed. He made the elect the heroes, man. Particularly starting with Yahweh Shai as the main the star of the show, which is the hero of the movie, man. That's how he the director, he the writer, he did all of that. He wrote the script. Okay? And that man is the villain. He's a perfect, just like everybody loved how Heath Ledger played the Joker as a perfect Joker villain. That's Esau, in the flesh. So,
Verse 14, good is set against evil, life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly.
That's right. Yep. Perfect balance.
Perfect balance, man.
It's Proverbs chapter 16, verse 4.
Yep.
The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
You can't get no plainer than that, man. He created him to be the perfect God. All right? And he's being preserved to that great and dreadful day. You know, so the Lord can finally show his power. You know?
Because these Christians say God is good all the time. No, Most High is good and he's evil.
Yeah.
You know, bring that up to a Christian, their head explode. No, that's not talking about that.
Like the elder Malcolm brought up, you know, I think he said you got all these books, you read a book, and every time you read it, the same characters, the same meaning, But when you read the Bible, everything changes. Yeah. No, it's not talking about that. It's talking about this. Yeah. It's only one truth. It's only one way to read the Bible. All right. One interpretation. Yeah. I had a this. Okay. It's Romans chapter 9 and verse 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to election might stand.
Well, whether he liked it best. Okay, he liked Jacob to be the younger and the good guy. He liked Esau to be the despised and the older. Okay, that's how he wanted. He get to choose.
Not go now. Go ahead. Go get it out.
It's Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil.
This is the balance that the brother was reading about. This expounds upon it, okay?
I, the Lord, do all these things.
And the Lord is in control of all of that, okay? The good and the bad. There's no equal between good and bad. He controls both. When you sit up there with your G.I. Joe, you got Cobra Commander in one, and I'm putting him in my left hand. And in the left hand over here, you got G.I. Joe over here, and they fighting. Guess what? You can choose who you want to be the good guy and the bad guy. But the Most High did that.
Choose who you want to win.
Yep, and the Most High did that. He chose Jacob to win at the last trump at the end. And he sort of look like he's winning and can't be beat. And then all of a sudden, the greatest comeback rags to riches story happens. All right, go back here.
For the children of, this is Romans 9 and 11, for the children not yet being born, neither have done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elders shall serve the younger.
Yep, that was talking about Rebecca. Go ahead.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved, and Esau have I hated. That's Old Testament.
Yep.
Shall we say then, is there unrighteousness with the Most High?
And that theme runs through the whole book, the whole life. Okay, that theme the whole time. Come on, brother.
What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? Most High forbid. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will
Go back. Is there unrighteousness with the Most High for choosing who He wants to be? The good guy and the bad guy in the movie who He wants to win? God forbid. I'm gonna quote another scripture. For I am upon in heaven and thou upon earth. You can't call me out by what I got going on down here, down where you at. Okay, keep reading, bro.
He saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. I'm not. I read that it said, "Who can tell the Most High anything?" I forgot exactly where I was reading, but it said, "Who can tell me how to do what I do upon earth? Who has that power to do that? Nobody. He's the only one with that type of power that can execute what He wants done."
Who can require to this the Most High?
It was that, but it was another scripture. It went into a few things like who could I don't remember, but like who can make the sea do something? Who can
Oh, make the sea stop.
yeah,
Something like that. Yeah, I didn't
a couple places in the Bible. And I was reading one of them the other day. So let's go ahead.
Real quick, let's go right with that. Wisdom of Solomon 12, verse 12. For who shall say, what hast thou done? Or who shall withstand thy judgment?
Is this it?
Or who shall accuse thee for the nations that perish,
This is it.
whom thou hast made?
We come.
Or who shall come to stand against thee to be revenged for the unrighteous men?
So how can you say is there unrighteousness with the Most High? He just defined what righteousness was, and His righteousness is perfect balance. He ain't just killing Edomites and hates them because He just chooses. It's because He created them to have a wicked spirit that's to be despised.
for a purpose.
It was His purpose to fully bring into fruition the big picture for His people Israel, through whom the world was made.
Another one, Job 4 and 7.
Yep.
Shall mortal man be more just than the Most High?
Shall mortal man be more just than the Most High?
Fleshly man, carnal
Right.
men. Yeah.
The Most High is eyes are 10 times brighter, and His thoughts are not our thoughts.
Earth and ashes?
You're right. Earth and ashes.
It says, shall a man be more pure than his maker?
Hey, what's pure? The Most High is pure. He's pure energy. Okay, His spirit is pure. He knows exactly, and what's cool about it is He's actually so omnipotent, right? That He has it all laid out, whether we see it or not. Okay, it's all laid out perfectly fair. It's more fair than you think, man. Okay, you may not like the fact that you're an Edomite or whatever, or that you're on Jacob, you're the bottom, but this is perfectly fair when you look at the overall what's going to happen.
Behold, he put no trust in his servants, and his angels he charged with folly.
Yeah.
How much less on them that dwell in the house of clay? How much less on them that dwell in the houses of clay, whose foundation is in the dust, who are crushed for the mark.
Wow. Wow.
You're just, man, you're just a little beetle I can just crush.
Your life is like a vapor
Yeah, kind.
that passes away before the heat even comes, man. Before anything even happens, you already gone.
Yeah.
He's omnipresent also.
He's the father of spirits.
Yeah.
Our spirit ain't even our spirit.
it's part of him.
We generate from him.
He is. He
exists.
He had no beginning. He had no beginning. He always existed.
Hey, it's like a generator. As long as the generator's going, that you're gonna always have electricity. You're gonna always have power. The Most High he's an everlasting generator, man. You know? If there was no Most High, then there would be no us. There would be no living creature. It would be no living organism, man. It's back on.
Romans 9 and 16. So then, it is not of him that willeth. Okay. 9 and 15. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then, is it not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth mercy? For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose I have raised thee up,
And he made an example out of Pharaoh so he could show his power. You know, he said he brought Pharaoh up to the highest point he had ever been at for stature of a man of good earth, just to show that he ain't running Pharaoh ain't nothing.
And up to that point, before we took Pharaoh out, the Egyptians, they were a great army. They were like, you know,
They were ruling the earth.
ruling the earth, yeah. And they haven't, as a nation, the Hamites ain't recovered since. All right.
Never will.
For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose I have raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Because the whole point is that every being upon the earth, every part of his creation, has complete fear and reverence for him and obedience to him, starting with his own chosen people, the Israelites. Okay? That's the big picture of this whole thing. There's more.
Therefore have he mercy on whom he will have mercy,
But therefore he will have mercy on whom he liketh best. Okay? Mixing the two scriptures that the brother read. Right?
and whom he will harden me.
Yep.
Thou wilt say unto me, why doeth he yet find fault, for who has resisted his will?
Wait. Why? How can you find fault when you made me this way? Because I choose to. That's why. But he's about to tell you exactly the answer why.
Nay, but O man, who art thou that repliest against the Most High? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
Why am I ashtray? How come I couldn't be a candy dish? Right?
Have not the
It's like, see, the reason why Apostle Paul had to quote these scriptures because he understood that Jake get emotional.
Yep.
They get emotional, especially about this damn devil, man.
Yep.
He's always the first person they gotta mention when it comes to salvation. But where they at? I don't see them on the list. It's always Esau, man.
Yeah.
It's this damn white man, so-called. He's the Most High created him to be the wicked, man. Stop trying to save the devil, man. He does not have you. This devil never have you in that same interest you have him in. It's never that way.
if Jake wasn't, if Esau was on the sign and Jake wasn't on the, Esau wouldn't ask about Jake. Where's the Negroes or where's the Native Americans on the sign? They would say, hey, you know, a lot of Edomites like to say now, they omit their Esau to, well, I'm the seed of Abraham.
Right.
That's not gonna get you salvation.
Read up in that chapter and kills that.
Verse 21, have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make it one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? What if the Most
He
High
made that whom he liked it best. One vessel to honor, one to dishonor. Hey, and he can choose even the one like right now, the one that's honored, the one that he honored is on the low now. He's dishonoring the one that he's gonna honor on the highest level in the future, in the near future. And vice versa. Because he can do that.
You lying.
Because he can do that. You got it, bro.
what if the Most High willing to show his wrath
This is the point.
to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction?
Even though I got my favorite down there, I'm gonna let this dude loose. Damn, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna endure this for the longest just so I can show my pure wrath and indignation upon the world so I never have to deal with this shit again. But I created them to go through this though. I designed them so I can use them as an example so everyone else learns never to step up against me ever again, or my chosen people ever again. And that's the point. So if you're not an Israelite, he's not going to defend you. And if you're 2/3, he's not going to defend you till you come back after death by pain in your right mind. What verse was that? That was 22, wasn't it?
That was 22.
Okay, yeah. That was it. Yep.
Yes, I guess.
Go with your stuff now, bro. You still go?
Oh, that was pretty good. Isaiah 45. Another one over there. So it's Proverbs.
Don't worry about it.
Isaiah 50.
Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Go.
Isaiah 54 and 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, says the Lord.
Hey, what verse is that? The waters of Noah. And then that's Isaiah, right? 54? as the waters of Noah to me. It's like the 6th verse maybe.
Yeah.
You can read that verse, the verse right before that one. Start there down to what you had.
This is 54:9. For this is as the waters of Noah unto me, for as I have sworn that the waters of Noah should no more go over the
What
earth.
that's talking about, it's talking about the missile fire that's set up to show the Most High's wrath and indignation for the wicked of the earth. He can do that because he chooses that's what he wants to happen. Okay? But those that feel that water of Noah, which in this time will be that fire, are an example of the wrath of the Most High. Okay? He's willing to show his wrath on those vessels fit for destruction. Go ahead, bro.
So have I sworn that I would not be wroth with thee, nor rebuke thee.
But he's also going to have mercy on a lot of people, his Israelites. And some of the people that he does have mercy upon will be heathen, but they're going into captivity. Period, point blank. Okay? They're going to be in a servitude position forever, even forever and ever. Now read down to what you...
And if they don't, they're going to feel the bright burn.
Right. Right.
That's that bright burn, man.
Isaiah 55:8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are...
Jacob saw, he would have mercy on Esau. What did Saul do? Saul didn't kill all the Amalekites. He didn't want to
Kill Agag.
Agag. He waited. He was like, nah, man, kill that damn baby, man, kill that damn baby. Okay, was that the king?
The king.
Yeah, it was the king. Was there a baby crying? Which one was that with the baby? What's that in my head?
I'm not sure. That wasn't that.
That wasn't the same case. But that ain't going on in this situation. That's why the Most High has to put the Spirit on us to fulfill the full vengeance. His full indignation. Because Jake is compassionate and soft. And will save an Edomite. Will save the goddamn devil so he can go to the kingdom of heaven and live good with you. Which is off the train of thought.
So
That's why his thoughts are not our thoughts.
On earth, he's lynching you.
Yeah.
He's shooting you down in the streets. Getting paid leave for it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then
Still want him to go.
and then you still want him to be side by side with you in the kingdom, rubbing elbows, man.
Yep.
You niggas are really like you're slaves
insane.
inside out. You slaves inwardly and outwardly, man. You're defeated, man.
Yeah, it'll be a constant fight if you niggas want Esau to basically be with you, on the same level with the king. It's gonna be a constant fight.
Always.
Because the Lord said the variance, he said Jacob against Esau, man.
Yep.
It happened in the womb, man.
Yep.
It told
Not
you
to
that.
born enemies.
It hasn't changed.
That's that enmity between the seed and the woman. You can't. The Most High got it fixed to where that hate, that bad blood and energy is always going to be there, man.
Yep.
Basically, as long as we coexist, that energy is always going to be there, man. Jake don't even understand the root of the hate of why this Esau hates you niggas so much. You know?
Verse 9, for as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts.
Yes.
And the Most High's ways on a whole nother level, man.
That's
Right? The Most High, he's the ultimate scientist. You can't even begin. There's certain shit that Esau just don't even fuck with, man. He ain't gonna even bother to do studies on it because it's beyond his comprehension. The Most High's way out, man. So if even Esau can come to that conclusion, then why do you niggas question how the Most High does things, man? His purposes, his will, why he do certain things in the earth. They like to question the Most High in his order.
Right.
But why? So why did he even make him if he hates him? They say some. You always got niggas that always try to. It's like they try to insult the intelligence of the Most High. Like they so intelligent that they can even question their own maker.
Right, I got something real quick.
You had niggas like Dick Gregory, that
kind.
fool. You had Tommy Sotomayor say some shit one time. Like these niggas get beside they self. You just fucking earth and ashes, man. What the fuck do you know? he make the wisdom of this world foolishness, man.
So
Go ahead.
Job 21 and 22. Shall any teach the Most High knowledge, seeing he judges those that are high?
Hey, get 2nd Ezra 4 and 21. When Ezra, the angel had to tell Ezra, hey, you need to stay in your lane, man. You asking, these questions are a little too high for you, man. I'm gonna break stuff down to you, but you asking too much. You just on the earth. Understand what's going on in the realm where you at right now. You know? Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 46 and verse 9. Remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me. Declaring
Nobody's on that level. The devil ain't on that level. Lucifer, Satan, they ain't on the Most High God's level.
They just
He's the
employees
ruler
for
of
the
both.
Most High.
Yeah, he's the rulers of both sides.
Hey, Satan is just an angel, just like all the other angels.
The messenger of evil, though.
On the left-hand side.
Yep.
But they all fear, even Satan, they all fear the Most High.
That's proof of that was that he asked if he could tempt Job.
And then he told Satan, don't kill him.
Yep. And see, he couldn't.
And he didn't kill him.
Yep.
So he was taking orders from the top.
Yeah, the Most High said, he told Satan to get Job.
Yeah, he sent them on him.
Yeah, he sent Satan on him. And Job
consider
didn't come
my
up with it.
servant Job?
He
Yeah,
didn't
right,
come
right.
up with the idea to tempt Job. Man.
Satan
That's the Most High.
didn't even come up with it.
They said they presented themselves, the sons of God, they presented themselves to the Most High. So they were basically, it was like they was having a council up there in the spirit world. And it was like they were all before the throne of the Most High talking about Job, man. Come on, man.
So you know Job is in the book. The book of life. Job
his name is written in
Job,
heaven.
Come on, man. Job, if they talking about Job in the heavens, he gotta be an Israelite, you dumbass.
Then the experiment went on,
Yeah.
right? And he proved true through the experiment. The Most High knew it was fixed. He knew he would prove true. He just wanted to see it play out.
The game was fixed
Yeah.
from the beginning. We knew that this team was gonna win.
Yeah, the whole time.
Well, however dramatic it looked. You know.
And it was pretty dramatic what happened to Job. But
Show
was
you
still
that there is
reading
no
up, right?
free will, man.
Hold that while he's still reading you up here.
verse 10. Declaring the end from the beginning.
Hey, who can do that? Who can say I'm gonna create the beginning, and when I create that, I also got the end in mind, and it ain't gonna be changed no matter what, no matter who's involved. Absolutely, right?
And from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
Well, hey, and I will do what I choose is best, what I like is best. I will choose them, I will do all my pleasure. It ain't about the pleasure of man upon us, it's about what I want to happen. Okay? Talking about the Most High God Yahweh, his pleasure, what he wants to happen.
The second Ezra chapter 4 and 21. For like as the ground is given unto the wood and the sea to his floods, even so they that dwell upon the earth may understand nothing but that which is upon the earth, and he that dwelleth above the heavens may only understand the things that are above the heights of the heavens.
Woo. Man. Hey, man. So you can't really question the ways of the Most High because that's too much for you, man. What is that? It was a Sirach 3, search not out the things that are too high for you.
But what is given, meditate thereon with reverence.
There's certain things that you just leave that alone, man. See, in due time, the Most High is going to reveal everything to us anyway. Okay? Right now, we only are given what's in the book. That's all we really need to know from that. Okay? That's all we really need to know. Understand, get this mastered first. Get this wisdom, man. This wisdom, this is the supreme wisdom over the whole universe, man. But to need to know why the Most High do this and do that, you know? Why is that concerning, man? You know? Jay worrying about, you know, what shape the earth is, you know, how Esau, how long Jupiter is from Venus, and you know, trying to do all the measurements and calculations, and man, all the both sides works you cannot find out. Man.
Somebody told me, hoping that it would spark something in me to be. Said that Jerusalem is 144,000 miles from the pyramid, the base of the pyramids, exactly. So, I mean, just like 144,000. That means nothing. What matters is who keepeth the word of the Most High.
I gotta pre.
It was something like that, you know, way off. Something. Man, just figure the basics out, man. Don't you're going too deep about it.
And none of the shit you saying is true. All that information you think you got, you deceiving yourself.
You can't use it. What you gonna count steps? But
And how does it?
This carbon dating method, that shit is proven to be flawed. Science, man. You know.
And how does it pertain to salvation?
And that's the point of this book. So you can earn your salvation. That's it.
It's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9 and 16. And hardly do we guess aright the things that are upon the earth. And with labor do we find the things that are before us. But the things that are in the heavens, or that are in heaven, who have searched out?
Who can search up the things in the heavens? I can't. Maybe you know when I said, "Well, thou art on earth, and I am in heaven, and thou art on earth." You know where that was at? It said, "I am in heaven, and thou art on earth." Something like that. You know what I'm talking about, right? I thought it was till I make thine enemies my footstool, but I don't think that go together. I might go with it wrong. Read that one again, my brother.
Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 16. And hardly do we guess aright the things that are upon the earth.
We're guessing. Only the Most High truly knows. You know? And that's why I gotta bring up a Brightburn moment, right? The Brightburn moment, right? When he was like, well, sometimes bad things have to happen for a good reason.
Yeah.
Right?
He said bad things happen to people for good reasons.
And sometimes bad things happen for people for good reasons.
Yep.
Right? That's the Most High. So we're guessing at what we think is right. Yeah. When he knows when bad shit happens, sometimes there's a good outcome to it. Like Jake going into captivity and the serpent and all Eve and all of that. There really is a good reason for all of that, so we can know good and evil and be like the Most High. But look at how bad the situation has been to go through. But the overall, getting the kingdom of heaven, especially as an Israelite, after living under Esau and all the other heathen, now is going to be fulfilling. Whoever finish that one and then let the brothers, whoever got it up.
And with labor do we find the things that are before us, but the things that are in heaven, who have searched out?
Yep.
Nobody. But the Heavenly Father.
Nobody's going up there to figure out what he got going on up there. We struggling down here. We're guessing and struggling down here. Let your work be.
Ecclesiastes 5 and 2. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before the Most High.
Yeah, because you uttering all these questions about things above your understanding. That's what usually happens up here. People come up here and utter words that they think they got figured out, that they're guessing at, trying to confound the prophets that we've been given the inspiration and the words from the Most High. Okay, so you're coming to utter things unto us before the Most High, but you ain't got the basics figured out. Go ahead, bro.
It says, for the Most High is in heaven, and thou upon earth.
For the Most High is in heaven, and thou upon earth.
Therefore let thy words be few.
And I kept saying that too. Therefore let thy words be few. Okay? Watch your mouth, watch what you say. But that just goes to show you that he's up there seeing the big picture, but we down here trying to figure out our next move, our next step that's not any type of vibration in the history of time.
Okay? We're trying to figure out our next steps. The Most High makes the steps in man. He knows what we're gonna do tomorrow.
He knows the big picture, the end game,
or whatever, you know.
Right. He knows that this wicked ass dude about to get ran over by a semi.
He directed the steps of men.
Yeah, he directed the steps. How could a man then understand his own ways?
Is that
Proverbs 20:24.
Yeah, come.
You have something else?
Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes 7:16. Be not over righteous much, neither make thyself over wise.
Why? Because what will happen to you? You think you figured out the mind of the Most High, but He may have you do something for a purpose, for a righteous purpose, even. Go ahead, bro.
Why shouldest thou destroy thyself?
Fighting against the will of the Most High. Okay? We gotta learn to be as righteous as we can understand and do the best we can in the spirit, man. And I always gonna say this one, being nice isn't always right, man. You gotta learn that sometimes being harsh with people is the right way to be. And He's gonna be real harsh with the 2/3, and He's gonna be real harsh with you heathen and the Edomites, man. And it's for a good reason. Yep. Right.
Ecclesiastes 11:5. As thou knowest not what is the way of the Spirit, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her.
Same script?
It's the same book, but not the same.
Okay, read from the top of that one.
Ecclesiastes 11:5. As thou knowest not what is the way of the Spirit, but this is a heavily understanding and know how spirit travels.
Yeah, it's hard.
Like, when to determine when they spirit, that very moment, like, you don't know. You don't know, man. All you know is what you see. It says, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child.
Yep.
Even so, thou knowest not the works of the Most High who maketh all.
Yeah, you just know the outcome of what happened. You don't know why. You can't figure out none of that. You don't know when. You know?
Hey, and when you try to search out those things that are above your pay grade, you'll bug yourself out. You'll bug yourself out, man. Trying to be on a level as Yahweh.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Nah, you get the one that I want.
And at the end of the day, somebody get was that Jeremiah 9? I think 9 and like 23 or something like that.
You got one. It's a different one.
You got one?
I'm
See, and the reason why the Most High has it that way, well, we can't learn too much of that high level understanding, which we have the highest level of understanding on the earth, which is these prophecies. But outside of that, like the higher stuff, the Most High He's gonna leave that disclosed because He doesn't need man boasting and exalting himself on that high level, man.
We see that in this truth. People going to levels like not giving homage to the apostles, giving them their due respect, talking about they came up with the name or they broke this down or the apostles broke this down wrong. That's what the brother was alluding to, that Most High not gonna give us all the knowledge because you have niggas thinking they're the Most High. Thinking, teaching classes, selling the truth. Just, more wickedness. It would create more wicked niggas in the world.
They knew that the Most High had mercy on you and He gave a sacrifice. And what did Jake do? Jake will find a way to corrupt every righteous thing on the earth. And he's taking cue from Esau. Jake is so smart, he does a bunch of dumb shit instead of just being really smart and doing the right thing. He'll find a long way to do the right thing.
That's why it says they're wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
That's right.
This Jeremiah 9:23. Thus saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man in his might, let not the rich man, neither let the mighty man glory in his might, let not the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth, for in these things I delight, saith the Lord.
Mercy, loving kindness, judgment can be good or bad. And what was that last one he said?
Judgment, loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness.
Okay? Sometimes killing, now don't take this wrong out of context, man. You assholes out there on the comic books. But sometimes killing somebody is the right thing to do. That's what the Most High is going to do. But what
That's
did
a
he tell us?
judgment.
That's a
Killing is a
judgment.
judgment. That's a punishment.
Like
It's a righteous
that
judgment.
wicked spirit, where it had to be eliminated.
Right, but it ain't up to us to do
Yeah.
that. I got a little disclaimers out there for the simple.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not for us to do. Our job is to wait ye upon me. Ain't no more Austin Smiths to be out there taking vengeance into their own hands, saying the Most High make me do it. This nigga never studied enough when he should have said, you know, I'm gonna wait and find out later. I'm just gonna put her away and stop dealing with my brother or whoever else was doing that. Okay? But he was accusing of going on.
Yeah, man. Well, going back to that scripture, the Lord, he delights more than you acknowledging that He is.
That's right.
And not because you can bench press a freaking bus, or you have the knowledge of a fucking encyclopedia. You just big fucking genius on the earth that you think you could just scientifically challenge the Most High in His science. The Most High, the Lord makes sure that's the reason why it says in 1 Corinthians that He chose the weak to confound the mighty, the base things of the world to confound the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, man. So that why?
It's a show of his power.
Yeah.
So that no flesh glory in His sight, man. That was one of the questions.
Yeah, I know. Let me read this Bible. Oh, you got something?
No, I just had to.
Oh, okay. To quote what he was talking about? You had his answer, what he was talking about?
Jeremiah 9.
Go ahead.
That's a spirit, though. He about to let him read it again. That's just a spirit, Let him read it again.
Jeremiah 9:23. Thus saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glorious glory in his time, that he understandeth and knoweth me.
Just where what he said in Sirach the third chapter, he said, but rather, how did he say it? He said, but what is commanded thou, think therefore upon with purpose. Worry about the stuff on your own level, man. Stay in your lane. Okay, that's another stay in your lane scripture. Okay? Stop trying to worry about what the Most High got going on. Stay in your lane. And He'll increase you with the answers if you need it and deserve it. Got it, brother.
That I am the Lord will exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, says the Lord.
That's right. I'll read this in Acts, the 17th chapter. I'm going to start at 23. For as I passed by and beheld your devotion, I found an altar written with this inscription, to the unknown power of the unknown God. Because we can't know. The truth is we can't know what the mind of the Most High is too high above our understanding down here on earth. Okay? We can't truly know the Most High like that. But how do we know? By faith and by His works, and by His word. We truly know by His word.
We don't know the mind of the Most High,
Right.
but we know what His will is.
Right.
We understand what our purpose is that He set us upon. But we also have the mind of Yahweh Shai, who's the son of the Most High.
That's right.
Right? They were one. So we do know the Most High. Those jakes that had the altar that had to the unknown God, they were agnostic. They felt like you really couldn't know, the Most High, They didn't know His name, they didn't know what to call Him.
But that's the same mentality of wanting to know the deeper things that He knows. We're not meant to know the deeper things He knows. It says, whom therefore ye ignorantly worship, Him declare I unto you, the real Most High. We have to declare the real Most High unto you. The most that can be known about Yahweh is what the prophets bring out about it. Okay? It says, verse 24, which is where the point is beginning, and it says, the Most High hath made the world and all things therein, seeing that He is Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands, neither is he worshipped with men's hands, as though he needed anything. Seeing he giveth to all life and breath in all things, and hath made of one blood all nations of men. The same type of blood that flows through a different nation of people flows through his chosen people as well. But that doesn't change the fact that he knows why he chose his chosen people, or created even the heathen that aren't his chosen people. It says, to dwell on the face of the earth, and have determined the time before appointed and the bounds of their habitation. He came up with all of that. Okay? Because he's the one, the all-knowing, omnipresent. Okay? Man upon earth, you're limited, very limited. You know, you gotta work.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 15. Yahweh hath granted me to speak as I would, and to conceive as is meet for the things that are given me.
Yeah, all you need to worry about is what you have to deal with in your life. If you don't live anywhere that you need to know how to defend yourself against a bear, why practice defending yourself against a bear? Just figure out those snakes or whatever, or those wicked ass men that's around you that you keep losing to. You know? To put it in a realistic form. You gotta go.
Because it is he that leadeth unto wisdom, and directeth the wise.
Yep.
For in his hand are
because
both.
the wise will increase learning. They'll obtain the wise counsels and increase learning. Once they get understanding, it's like a drug. You want more and more and more wisdom. You want to learn more and more. But you have to first get to that understanding level. Okay? And in the highest level, our bodies can't take that type of understanding. Not in this weak ass flesh.
No,
You'll bug us out.
Okay.
That's how you went up in a crazy house in a straight jacket.
Right. Imagine trying to count each and every star.
Right.
In the fucking.
Every grain of sand.
Trying to count every
hair on the head.
Head on the head.
Yeah, hair on the head, right?
Come on, man. You bug yourself out.
Just all talking about trying to go to fucking Mars. I dare your ass to try to go as far as you can go. Try to find the farthest fucking ball of planet, the farthest ball of energy that you can find on the farthest end of the universe. When you go way out there, you're never coming back. Yeah. You'll never come back. Why? Because it's never ending. It's scripture saying, was that in Isaiah? The Lord stretched the heavens like a curtain, man. So it's just gonna keep expanding. It has no end to it.
Yeah, example is that Indiana Jones, Crystal Skull. Yeah, you remember at the end where she was like, "I want to know, I want to know," and she got all that knowledge and she fucking blew up, man.
Oh, that was Gwyneth Paltrow, right? With that character, dark-haired chick, with the dark-haired Nazi looking chick.
And what was that other movie that came out? It was like in the 90s, man. Where she fell through like a rabbit hole, and it just like she was in some machine. Contact. But that shit fucked her up, man. You know? But people was like, man, this bitch is delusional. What's wrong with her?
Yeah.
You know?
Too far.
It's too high for them, man. Yeah. She was wondering why everybody was, treating her like she needed special needs and shit. Yeah. Oh man, you don't explain shit heavily realm shit to people that's in the flesh.
Right. That's what
they
Paul
ain't gonna understand
about.
that, man.
That's what Paul was talking about.
Was that 1 Corinthians 12?
Yeah,
come.
Was it? No.
It was unlawful for me to
the second and third chapter what I was talking about.
The 2 Corinthians, the 12th chapter.
The 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians.
I have not seen, ear have not heard. Are you talking about when he went to the third heaven?
No, I was talking about when he had to explain.
Put him in the paradise?
When he's like, I have to explain it to you. To a natural man, I can't explain to you the spiritual things.
Oh yeah, spiritual things.
Yeah,
natural
man. The natural man won't be able to receive it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 1 Corinthians 2. Yeah.
Right, but what you're saying goes on a higher level, right?
I thought you was mentioning when he died. He got caught up into the spirit realm,
right?
And he couldn't even tell you
I can't
how he left, man.
Yep. Verse 16. For in his hand are both we and our words. and our words all wisdom, also a knowledge of workmanship. For he has given me certain knowledge
Certain, not all knowledge, but certain.
of the things that are, namely, to know how the world was made and the operation of elements.
For some people, they can't even fathom this stuff that he gives you upon earth, that he's given man upon earth. Okay? Hey, but look, but where does Jake search out? Jake searches out all the bullshit that's on earth. This is stuff that has actual value in your knowledge.
The beginning, ending, and midst of the times, the alterations of the turning of the sun and the change of seasons, the circuits of years and the position of stars, the natures of...
Even King Solomon knew that the sun it revolves around the earth.
It says the alteration of the turning of the sun.
Right.
It didn't say like the earth circling the sun. It said the sun circling the earth.
Yeah, it's what they call it genocentric. Is that what they call it?
As far as the moon and the sun.
Talking about how 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 it orbits.
Yep.
The circuits basically.
the natures of living creatures and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds and the reasonings of men, the diversities of plants and virtues of roots. All such things are either secret or manifest, them I know.
Hey, you can learn all that. That's all earthly wisdom, man. Master that. But in righteousness, get the understanding of that in righteousness. With all thy getting, get understanding.
See, you get that understanding, you got to do something righteous with it.
Right.
A lot of people get this understanding of the things that that brother just named, and they do wickedly with it.
Hey, that's
Esau.
like the college system.
Yeah.
You know, you can major in everything basically that the brother read, but where they not doing nothing beneficial with it.
They not cleaning the earth.
Kind.
They're not, Esau gets that information and sees, okay, this is how you, this is how you clean the earth. This is how you cultivate the land.
He knows about the ecosystem and how it works.
Esau has all the resources to clean up the ozone layer, the oceans. He knows how they have the resources to dispose of all this garbage and trash in the correct way, but they don't give a shit.
All that wisdom, it should be it shouldn't be any such thing as a genetically modified organism.
They should have fields of natural grown fruits, fruits and plants and things on the earth. Esau has the ability to push a specific diet and tell you eat the right things to eat so you can live long. They don't give a shit.
There shouldn't be no pollution in the air from burning oil, because that technology already came out hundreds of years. Not hundreds, but
a couple hundred years ago.
Half a century.
Tesla did all that, man.
100 years ago. Alternate current electricity.
Renewable energies.
Vehicles that run on water.
They killed that guy.
Because he was using it for wickedness and couldn't benefit off of it. That was the devil and Prestige. When you're talking to Tesla, who was the #1 adversary of Tesla? Thomas Edison. Because they wanted to control the power system. He had it where everybody could have it and it would last forever. Hey, so Nikola Tesla was there, right? His information came out.
They need to kill Tesla because the information that he had, it would have put it into their all the enterprises, the oil, the electricity. He wouldn't need all these nuclear plants, these energy plants. Everyone would have a efficient electrical system on their house. Everyone would have free electricity.
But because the right thing to do with that information is what? To make energy free, and then everybody power bill and all that would be straight. But what did they do? They made a car, an expensive car. Well, that's what Elon Musk did with that technology. He made an expensive car.
Elon Musk is
that you gotta pay for.
He's not more than a puppet for the elite, man. It's like Jeff Bezos. Esau builds up these billionaires that people, take heed to. They think they're so smart, they're the scientists, and they got all this money. That's the thing about it. They'll put their net worth out there to make you think that okay, they're on a level. They know what they're talking about. And then people listen to them. People will say, well, damn, Elon Musk did it. Yeah. It must be right. Or Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates. Yeah. They got their name on it. They endorsed it. They got to be right.
But they causing all this fucking cancer in the earth. Fucking up all the, everything that you see is all polluted thanks to their inventions. Why should you get all this credit and acknowledgement when really all you're doing is creating things that's detriment to the environment that you gotta live in?
It's anti-life.
You against life, man. How should we honor you as having the highest IQ on the planet when you the shit that you're doing, you're proving that you're really not as wise as you think you are, man. If you was really this wise being, you wouldn't, all this shit, man, that's leading to the downfall and destructive nature of our people, we would not be suffering that, man. It wouldn't be processed food. You wouldn't need no damn 5G technology, man.
Yeah, why would you ever have to create GMOs when you should know the right? All you have to do is put the right nutrients into the soil.
You wouldn't need to put ingredients on the products you buy.
Right.
You know what I mean? They gotta put
be pure.
Exactly.
Crazy damn devil.
You gotta put gloss. What is it? All kind of
Glyphosate.
They put that in the wines and the beers, but
monosodium glutamate.
Monosodium. Yeah, there you go. They put all that stuff. They put it on there.
Triglyceride.
When you Google this stuff, and you see the pros and the cons of it, it's more cons than pros.
Pros is all on the surface level.
Yeah.
Make it taste better. Why did Dasani water have 5 ingredients in it? It's just water.
Sirach chapter 19 and 22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom.
Here it is right there.
Neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence.
Yep. You can't ask a wicked man the right way to do something. He either gonna know or he ain't gonna tell you. The same thing about how did that verse start? Man's wisdom is not knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. Yeah, but knowledge of wickedness is not. Just because you know how to create these diseases in the earth don't mean that it's a wise thing. Most of the diseases and pestilences that hit the earth is by design, man. It's not naturally caused by, there was a monkey that had it. How did he get it?
They try to say Hamites don't give fucking monkeys or something like that. And then that's how AIDS got it.
The monkey got AIDS, and the monkey fucked another monkey, and now the monkey got AIDS, and now the human fucked the monkey. That's your wicked ass.
And Esau and these niggas, they believe it because Esau says it.
Yep.
I gotta preach. This is Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 4. For into a malicious soul, wisdom shall not enter.
Hey, it ain't gonna rest with you, man. Wisdom ain't gonna show you those crooked ways that wisdom starts you off with. It's gonna try you, and once you found unworthy, it's gonna continue to just plague you with wisdom. I mean, when I say plague, I mean you're gonna be trying thinking you smart and you don't know shit. Okay, you're never really gonna rest with wisdom.
Nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin.
It is. The Most High don't want you. Because your soul is fucked up and it's playing out in your body now. Alright? That's why he didn't choose the heathen. That's why he didn't choose the 2/3. Okay? That's why he has an elect that was chosen.
They'll get wisdom of this world, like the wisdom of the periodical chart, and different chemicals, but it's not gonna be wisdom from above. It's not gonna be not gonna use the wisdom to do righteousness.
Right. Hey, if you asked Jake, if you knew how to operate all the elements on the periodic table, what would you do? Jake gonna look at it and find a way to fix the earth, and fix the problems in the world. search that out till they find that. Hey, that's why I like that movie Transcendence. His wife wanted to figure out the cure for cancer. He's like, I just want to figure out how it works, how the world works. You know? That's one of my favorite movies. You know? That's what Jake would do. But everybody else want to be known for doing this, and then you know, and then when you have power to fix it, they usually use it to destroy it. That, like the harp probably could have been used for something way better, but what is it used for now? You know, CERN, what is it used for now? It ain't used for nothing righteous.
Yeah, like these places on the earth that doesn't that's a desert or something that hasn't gotten rain for a long time. You can use the harp to have it rain,
to stop famines in the earth. But you want to control the earth and those people with the famine.
And they use it to control natural disasters. You know, control seasons. You know,
it made me think of the Dark Knight Rises. Bruce Wayne created an energy source with I forgot what kind of energy it was, but it was nuclear energy. But it was a sustainable energy also. But he didn't want to use it for fear that somebody would take it and corrupt it. Which happened in the movie. Which is exactly when they figured it out that he had it. That's exactly what they did. They corrupted it.
It all rolls back to Esau, man. Everything Esau touches, man, it turns to shit. You know, because he can't do right. He can't do righteousness. You know, you can give Esau the purest thing. This earth was pure before Esau got his hands on it. This land over here in America was you know, it had trees. They had, you know, natural the rivers and the lakes were you could drink the water. It was natural. It was filtered through the gold and the silver. You know? But what does Esau do? He comes over here, he rapes, robs, and murders, takes all the gold and the silver and the natural minerals out of the water that it can't filtrate itself. He cuts down the trees because the trees are natural filters of the earth for the air. All right? And look at this place. That's why this place has to be destroyed.
Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish.
The earth is fading away under the rulership of Esau. We see that before our eyes. All right, everything in this society, everything in the world, the earth in general is fading away. That's why the Heavenly Father has to come back, send His Son back to take Esau out of his power seat. All right, because it's not going to be any, if the scripture says in Matthew the 24th chapter, there won't be any flesh to save. For the elect's sake, it's because Esau is destroying everything. He's the harbinger of death. He's anti-life. He wants to destroy, and that's why he's trying to go out of space, because he knows that this earth doesn't have the natural resources, the things in the earth, the natural minerals. Esau is sucked it dry.
The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Who's the main person inhabiting the earth that's ruling right now? That's in the rulership seat. The so-called white man Esau. Like I said before, he has the resources to clean up the earth, but he's not going to do it. All right? He's got this wicked rule, and you know, he got to be taken out. He's got to be. It's no room for Esau to rule anymore longer. Is that it?
Because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant, therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burnt, and few men left.
There's few men left. There's few righteous men left in the society. The elect. That's all that's left.
I gotta say it real quick. So Sirach chapter 10 and verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
Without the people, there is no king. If you destroy your people, all your power is gone. The power of the king is in the number of people that he has. how many subjects he had, loyal subjects. Be truthful about it. That's why the Yahweh Shai, Yahweh was going to send Yahweh Shai to do all the earth. Where everybody will be under his dominion.
It says, in the hand of the Most High is the prosperity. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. Israel. We're going to be the ones, when we get restored in the power, the earth, the whole entire world is going to benefit from our rulership. Because everything's going to be put back in its rightful order, man. Everything is going to be replenished. Okay? Everything that Esau did destroy is going to have to be reconstructed, if you will. You know? Esau proved he's an unwise king, man. He was never fit to rule, but the Lord did that to punish us. That's the only reason why he sent Esau wicked ass son.
Think about this. It took Yahweh Shai and the angels, the elect, 6,000 years to create the earth. It took Esau less than 1,000 years to destroy it. You know? That's the type of level that,
High level devil.
Yeah, man.
Devil.
Really took the industrial age.
Yeah.
That is not but what, 150 years old?
Late 1800s.
Yeah, that's when all this pollution came and shit. The industrial age. So what, 150 years? And it's like this.
Yeah.
I got it. This is 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
You gotta get out of this place, man. If you're not trying to hurry up and get the hell out of Esau's rulership, you're with it, man. When you're with the beast, you're gonna take the mark. You're gonna be destroyed with it.
Stay here and fucking burn with Esau.
Yeah.
You want to get out of here.
Right.
In the same chapter the brother just read, it said how all the works thereof shall be burnt up. You know, all this shit is pollution. That's why it has to be burnt up. That's what you do with filth, with trash. You burn it, man. All this shit that's causing major pollutions in the earth, that shit gotta go. You know, his harp technology, that gotta be dissolved, man.
All the idols in the earth, they gotta go.
All the planes that drop all that extra
nuclear plants, all that
nuclear
shit.
plants,
That nuclear waste.
factories,
Oil refineries.
all that shit, man. Anything that's leaving all the pollutions up into the atmosphere, that shit gotta be dissolved. They gotta be liquidated.
All the smog that's created, it's like a thick layer. You go to LA, it's a thick ass layer, just smog. You know? It ain't no damn clear skies. We don't got clear skies here. Shit, it appears to us, but man, we can see all the chemicals in the sky. We'll bug out our damn self.
And there's literally clouds that block out the sun that's made of nothing chemicals. It ain't even clouds. It's not natural clouds.
You got space trash,
Yeah.
You got space trash because when all those satellites they collide, so it makes
Debris.
Yeah, debris. Yeah. Space trash. Esau gonna clean that shit up.
I got a little bit. Revelation 11 and 18. And the nations were angry. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come. In the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. You gotta destroy them which destroy the earth. Who has the power to destroy the earth? Well, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. We know who the wicked are. The wicked has been being revealed, has been and is continuing to be revealed. I mean, he got a long rap sheet, so it's gonna be a little while we're revealing all his wickedness. But guess what? He's got to get destroyed. that's what's gonna solve the world's issues. Getting rid of the wicked first off, because he's destroying the earth.
That's the A1 solution. You know?
Oh, this one I forgot I had this one. So like St. John chapter 10, verse 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have life more abundantly. That's the difference between the former world and the world wherein dwelleth righteousness. New heavens and new earth where dwelleth righteousness.
World to come.
Yep, the world to come.
People, Jake think that this is it. This world that we live in, this is
As good as it gets.
good as it gets. It don't get no better than this.
You lack imagination, man. You lack faith and belief. At least imagination, you say, okay, you don't know the scripture, but with imagination, you should already know that there's got to be something better than this. This shit sucks.
Jake,
Yeah,
a
you
lot of
do
folks know this ain't life, man. They know like it's something better than this, but they don't know what it is.
Right. They feel that.
Put somebody in a fucking motel. Put somebody in a fucking motel. They got a lot of rodents in it.
Yep.
Roaches in it, you know what I'm saying? It's filthy, it's stinking there, it's dirty, the sheets is never switched out, never, put in the wash machine,
Bed bugs.
bed bugs, dust everywhere. Now after some time, take him out of there, now put him in a
5-star hotel or something.
a 5-star hotel, but it's just a fucking hotel.
Right.
He gonna think that's the greatest shit ever.
Right.
That's the best place you ever want to be.
Right.
Because all he knew was that trashy ass fucking motel, man. That he was that environment he was used to. That's our people, man. They've been social on the bottom for so long. When they see a little crumbs.
2-star hotel.
Yeah.
From an abandoned hotel to a 2-star hotel.
Yeah.
Now this is living.
Yeah, that's it.
Like Jake that come over here from other countries. They was living in that hotel that you mentioned the first, the shitty one, and they come over here and come to a 1-star hotel, and they think that they think that this is it. This is the land of milk and honey. Streets paved with gold.
When you get to that hotel, you see some more roaches.
It ain't as many, so it ain't
as
bad.
many as the last one, but
And what's gonna happen to a lot of them? They come over here, and like you said, they see some more roaches, and they start to see where they at. America start to look like where they came from.
Yeah.
But hey, it's too late. It's gonna be too late for you to run back now. They building that wall. They implementing this chip. Your ass is stuck here. You get judged.
That's right.
If you're not the elect, you're not calling on the name. You're about shit outside.
And heathen, y'all need to leave now. Please. You can go. You got somewhere else to go. Go there now. Get out of this place. This place is going
eventually
down.
it's gonna happen. Was that Isaiah 13, Jeremiah 51?
Yep.
They're gonna flee from this place, man.
You can see it. You watch them take their money and their businesses and leave.
I mean, just look at this place. Look how it's going, socially and economically, man. You got growing tent cities, sanctuary cities, and basically we're supposed to be the richest parts of the country. California, Washington, San Francisco,
tent city, but it costs if you make $120,000, you in poverty. But it's a mass growing tent city out there.
There's more homeless people than
And you got even the working class. They're going in these hostels and stuff where they renting a space. They renting a bunk, but they making over $75,000 a year.
This place is going to trash, man. It's a piece of shit, man. Right. And all those different places that holds these increased homeless populations. A lot of diseases are being contracted amongst the homeless. That's why you got the growing typhus, which the media ain't even talking about that.
In LA.
The typhus disease is going rampant amongst the homeless in LA, man.
And typhus is from being unclean.
Yeah, and they had damn near it was like an alley full of like rats and infested down there, and it's like right by City Hall.
And they get it's a lot of like fleas and shit like that.
And those rodents carry a lot of diseases.
And they carry that, man.
Getting bit because they're hungry too.
Yeah, man. And you have literally like shit cities, man.
Yeah.
LA, you can go on the street downtown and people are literally shitting on the sidewalk, man. All over LA and downtown, man.
Around the corner, right here.
You know, this place is through, man. People overdosing. Everybody's on drugs here.
They
and why are they on drugs if there's no level of depression here?
Yeah.
Right.
These people staying high because they know they in a fucked up situation, man. That's why, man. Especially Esau. He's losing power, so he has to cope with that, man.
I was gonna say here in Vegas, the same thing about the poverty thing. There's $1 million on every block on Fremont Street, like everywhere you go. The little casinos, $1 million casinos, man, and multi-million-dollar casinos, and even for the really big ones, the $1 billion casinos, they make money, right?
Yeah.
Guess what? Not 2 blocks away, a block away, outside,
Underneath,
right? Homeless people in the worst conditions, and those numbers are growing.
They got homeless people that it's a hotel strip where it's like a storm drain.
yeah,
They
kind.
live in there.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah,
working class
underneath.
people. I saw a guy by Palace Station. I'll just say that. I'm not gonna give the location, whatever. Right there by Palace Station, the guy was riding a bike, fully dressed. We were like, damn, where he going? He going to houses around here. We looked around and went down into the city. Went down. He's down there. He probably got a gym membership. You pay for that. Go take a shower. Get ready for work. Ride his bike to work. Real living real life in that situation, man.
And that's the future, the near future of America.
Right.
This is Jeremiah 51 and 8.
That's a spirit.
Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us everyone go into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even into the skies.
And when you go in Revelation 18 chapter, it shows you that the heathen gonna feel it when this place is destroyed. They're gonna kind of be happy, but then they like, damn, my money is gone. But they gonna feel it. This place gonna get destroyed so bad. Okay, the whole world is gonna feel it and be in constant fear of Yahweh Shah and his chosen. Okay, forever, even forever and ever.
The Most High just gonna keep plaguing this place, plaguing it, sending diseases upon it, fucking it up with tornadoes. 50 fucking tornadoes in a 30-day period, bro.
They said 500.
Yeah, it was 500.
Yeah, because it was 45 in 1 week.
Yeah, bro.
Not to mention
Midwest.
previously the floods that came before that.
Right.
Yep.
Bro,
America's heartland is a wrap.
the Most High, he's finna start moving on this place, man. Judgment is about to begin. All right? And we've been out here for years starting out with coffee. We've been blowing a trumpet. You know? Jeremiah
51.
Jeremiah
51 and 48.
verse 8.
This is Jeremiah 51 and 48. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the broad walls of Babylon shall be utterly broken, and her high gate shall be burned with fire, and the people shall labor in vain, and the folk in the fire, and they shall be weary. These people are laboring in vain right now, because they're laboring to try to keep America going, but hey, it's
Babylon will not be healed.
Not looking too good, man.
It's not going to be great.
Nope.
You're in the middle of a big fucking trade war.
Yeah.
A lot of people, you have the auto industry that was booming, that helped stimulated the economy. That shit is through.
And Trump started
All
putting
those
tariffs.
manufacturing companies up there in the Midwest, that shit is all a good population, a good percentage of them. They're all leaving, man.
Ford laid off like 7,000 white collar workers, I think, something like that. Yeah.
Retail collapse.
Retail.
Deutsche Bank about to crash.
Yep.
And that's like the top bank.
That's a top bank. That's gonna affect everything
It's like
else.
a spider web, man.
Yeah.
All these other banks gonna feel it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. All these corporations, they're leaving. They're leaving because it's getting too much for them to keep buying the products from those vendors. Those vendors is getting too expensive.
But America don't want to manufacture themselves either.
And they don't want to produce. So they're like, well, we'll just go overseas. So that's leading to mass layoffs left and right, man.
It's gonna, and another thing, China produces some specific minerals that are, detrimental to trade and the things that they produce here in America, like steel, certain, consumer electronics, and China is still trading that at a higher interest rate now. But eventually, when China cuts off those minerals, America doesn't have they don't mine those specific minerals, and it's gonna take a toll on them. It's gonna hurt them. And China's just holding on, before they cut off those minerals. They're being strategic to an extent because they don't want to cut off their money completely. But they got that final trump card where we're gonna cut these minerals off, and you're gonna be fucked.
It's the same thing like a drug dealer that just got his corner raided by the cops.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not gonna send the same drug dealers that got busted back, but I'm gonna send one little something over there to see what happens. Because that was a moneymaker over there. I don't want it to completely die down and not hold my corner up. And I don't want to give it up to the next drug dealer. But I know they're watching it, and they can raid it at any moment.
Some of those Chinese minerals, America uses them to produce some of their most modern jet fighters.
Yeah, jet fighters.
Yeah.
They use it for
part of their modern weapons.
Those electric cars too. Yeah.
So they know.
So who knows who needs who?
And Trump's trying to also put tariffs on a lot of those European cars, Mexico too. Those European cars that come over there, and those European countries, mainly Germany, England, they're all part of the EU. So eventually something going to give.
And Mexico got the biggest mining silver and other metals that America needs to sustain itself. It's electronics.
What was the woman that said, I see America the same as China and Russia as an enemy?
Margaret Merkel.
Yeah, so I see them as the same enemy. They're the same. It basically pushes all those superpowers for America and Russia with a superpower. The other one is China. They're all on the outside of those NATO groups that were using each other in numbers for power and protection of each other.
We can start closing up. A quick one, since you mentioned that. This is Obadiah.
Ready to read it for you, bro?
You already know. Go ahead.
Obadiah 1:7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is no understanding in him.
Man. Yeah, that's his own allies, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna come against you.
They eat bread together and lay the wound up under.
They were confederate against the nation of Israel for so long. Let's keep them down, keep them on the ground while we eat off of them, by our labor. But hey, these other nations, America is basically, these other nations are getting tired of America. They're getting tired of them bullying them. Giving them ultimatums, giving them weak ass deals. Tariffs. Yeah.
Sanctions. Yeah. Tired of this shit.
And let me read this in the NIV, that same verse. It says, Obadiah 1:7, all your allies will force you to the border, which that's why they're being lined up over there in the Middle East. It says, your friends will deceive and overpower you. Those who eat your bread will set a trap for you, but you will not detect it. Your own allies are setting you up, Eve.
And they
set up, man.
And they won't detect it because Esau, he's going to always believe in his blessing, his sword. He feels like, long as I got this military, even if they don't pay,
NATO needs me.
NATO needs us. Yeah, come.
NATO does need it.
They do, but
Not against you, though. They can't use you against you.
Yeah.
You're the problem.
right.
Yeah, I heard it when Trump said it, man. Nobody caught it. I think you said it yesterday. Somebody, I remember the video I was watching. Somebody said, they said that America's number one thing that they're good for is the military. The military, that's the one thing that talk about America, that America has is its military that the world would want to get from America or to use. Well, that's no good if you're the problem. So now they can just band all themselves together to come and take you down. That's what's coming.
Because once before, America wasn't giving them all some of their military secrets. But they were a big weapons dealer to a lot of these countries that's going to come against them also.
Yep.
Selling them drones,
Tanks and certain weapons.
S-400s.
Yeah.
Yep. And then look, America left a lot of their technology over there for the heathen to use against when somebody's over. You just use it from over here.
They sold weapons to Iran to go to war against Iran.
Yep.
And I look at them, they want to invade Iran.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yep.
Y'all, that's it. Okay, so with that, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh.
Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakadash.
To the elder apostles of the great Muslim. Shalom, Rakatham, peace and blessing to the tabernacle of David. All for elect, we're going to say Shalom.
Shalom.